AC, rev, smoke mad blunt. Blow that puff, we going nuts just like some gonads, son, we chillin'. Feel like a spaceship or a jet, call me a homo, cause I blow trees like it's oral sex. And yes, we go blunt cruising, kept up the blunt moving, breath in the lungs soothing. 1, 2, and step to the next, a new puffs, moolah, the green, not the green in your pocket, I'm talking about the weed. We out like rockets, just we blast off, beyond the atmosphere and space, we like Neil Armstrong. You feeling out of place, well this weed's gonna put you in a place, in a state, riding on an interstate, or sitting chilling in a state in the U.S. of A. I inhale and I blew stress away. It's so good and it's so nice to get some. I wouldn't call this my best friend, man. This is more like my best bud. It's getting hotter, I blaze so steady. That girl Mary Jane so sexy. I gotta have her as my fucking spouse that way. I can pound that babe, call me a farmer, cause I'm about that hay. Yeah, sure, ride forward higher. We bake trees, for there's a worldwide forest fire. And torch the lighter with no break. It's safe to say we high till the days go back to sleep. Cause when our eyes got some Asiatic features. Konnichiwa, we having a good time. Don't break the way we light up like Drake and Jay-Z. This a great beat, don't whine, son. You had your shot in the game, now you a clock on a plane. That means your time's up. You blast up like some time capsules. I'm a different kind of nut, man, you just a cashew. Money in my kicks, that's what I call a cash shoe. It's puff, puff, pass to the next one.
Well, it was going down back then too.
Yeah.
It just wasn't, we didn't have the spotlight on us, so it wasn't publicized like it is now.
Right.
These record labels don't want artists to talk to each other. We get to talking too much, we just might put a union together. And if we unionize, they can't win no more.
Right.
Don't you fools realize that we can get a whole bunch of money together? Didn't y'all just see what happened with Bun Single? Don't you guys understand that if we bring this thing together and put all this old petty, and it's petty, man, it's he said this and
Yeah, never glamorize the glaring of your bling. Living and survive, two very different things. The scary thing we think and scarce, apparently there's a vision of a distant future where we ain't there. It's ruthless how a television can parent the children's vision. Terribly a true terrorist is arrogance, cause terror is a human emotion that's capable of controlling your whole soul, changing your mind like a remote control. Our goals in life are in a hefty distance, and never listen to the rumors of political tumors. But do we ever listen? We let them sit in our head until our death come get us. I amount to the truth in all raps. You liars got a garbage disposal that's for your mouth. All you do is talk trash. Be honest when you speak for your name. If lies lock you down, well, telling the truth will set you free from the chains. This world is full of players. That's why you gotta step your game up. Everybody's a player. Everybody's.
Hear ye, make way for the Kingz. The Kingz are here.
You think the bitches are great because you're fucking seasonal, nigga? You can't be seasonal! Niggas got, this shit's 24 hours a day!
Kingz. You're listening to the Kingz Podcast with your hosts, Karizmatik Guerby
Yo, welcome to the Kingz Podcast. It's your boy Guerby.
It's your boy Karizmatik.
And Irish O'Neal. What's up, everybody?
And our special guest this evening,
Max the Serbian Bastard.
There you go. There you go. There you go. We're gonna have an interesting show today. We're gonna be talking about some stories. Mac's story with his relationship or relationships.
Maybe.
Starting out, maybe he'll decide how much he wants to share and things like that. Then we're gonna go over our principles, and then we're gonna go into the plugs, and then we're gonna go through our clips and topics, and then we'll go from there and move on there. And then hopefully you guys are enjoying the shows. Sorry about the last episode. We got that a little late, but it is what it is. You're still an awesome producer. Still an awesome producer. He's still the man. Still a monster.
Our producer's a monster.
A monster, absolutely. So tonight I think we're gonna be talking mostly about relationships. But before we get into that exact thing, we're gonna talk about the 3 principles. First thing you need to be able to attract women, because this is what our show is about. Kingz Podcast. We talk about the male-female dynamic. We give advice, and then we just share our thoughts and things like that. But anyway, so the first thing you need is confidence. Confidence in yourself and in your abilities, and more importantly, your sex appeal. You need to believe your sexy.
I mean, if you don't want to fuck you, who's gonna want to fuck you, right?
Yeah.
That's a fact.
It's
right.
basic salesman mentality. You have to believe what you're selling. If you don't believe in it, why would the people trying to buy from you believe in it?
You know what I'm saying? Any objections, Max?
You do real estate, right? Like if there's a house that you're like, this place is fucked, and you go in with that mentality, like they're gonna feel that energy right away. They're like, well, yeah, if he's not jazzed about it, why would I be?
I mean, I try to stay honest. If the house sucks, the house sucks. But I mean, I haven't dealt with I haven't represented a house that sucks yet.
Yeah,
so
no sucky houses.
I mean, I won't let my client buy any sucky houses. So if I'm not elated walking in, I let them know straight up.
Do houses suck people or suck cars?
They suck cars. Yeah.
Just to
And motorcycles.
Right. And the second thing you need to have emotional independence. You need to be able to not be afraid of her reaction or. So the main thing is when you're approaching a woman, you can't fear what she's gonna say or how she's gonna react. And by the way, just to put this out there, Kingz, most likely whatever the worst scenarios in your brain, it's not gonna go down like that. That's very rare. It never happens. Very seldomly, just personally, when I've walked up to a woman and I just said, hello, my name is Guerby, and I shook her hand, I've never got a drink thrown in my face. I've never got slapped. I never got a, ew, you ugly. Nothing like that has ever happened to me. So just get out there and talk to these ladies.
You may get a But,
you may.
Yeah, you may get a you know?
Sassy black lady.
Yeah, bro. Shut you down real quick. I ain't having it, you know? Sorry ass.
I'm still reeling over your genius line the other night where like you were talking to that chick and she was just talking, you were kind of like half interested, and then out of nowhere you're like, I want to start some friction. And she was like, friction? What does this mean, friction? And you were like, I could show you better than I could tell you. I was like, this motherfucker.
Oh, well, I didn't even remember that. Thank you for.
I did. I was watching you put on a clinic, sir. It was amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. How do you feel about that, Max? Well, you're the guest, so we want to get your viewpoint.
How do I feel about what you just said?
Yeah,
the emotional independence.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you of course. I mean, as with anything, like what you were just saying, you have to be a good salesman when you're, selling a car, selling a house. It works the same way for yourself. You have to sell yourself. You have to be confident, even if at the time, I mean, hopefully you're not a piece of shit, but even if at the time you have things to work on, that doesn't mean you can't sell yourself. It doesn't mean you can't be confident, because we're always working on ourselves. And so same thing, I agree with you with what you just said. Even if it is the worst case scenario, which you need to be prepared for, even if it is, if you're a young guy like any of us,
Right.
it's not the end of the world.
No.
Yeah. And most of the time, it's not going to be the worst case scenario, and
Never.
you can just move on with your life. There's no reason you have to put all your eggs in one basket.
And always remember, there are a lot of dick salesmen out here with no money in their pocket, all right? There are a lot of broke dick salesmen out here.
dudes.
You know what I'm saying?
Fucking.
Fuck boys,
Fucking.
Fuck boys be broke and they be fucking, you know what I'm
Straight
saying? That's why they
fucking.
call fuck boys. They ain't called money boys, they call fuck boys. All they selling is some
drives
dick.
a Mercedes.
You know what I'm saying?
House.
Yup. They borrow the Mercedes
do
every weekend,
nothing.
pick up 2 more bitches.
They steal the car.
Bro, just gotta have swag, bro. You just gotta have swag.
That's it. I tell women all the time I'm awesome. I literally tell them that. Like, I'm pretty awesome. So you better hurry up and make a decision, or else I'm gonna be out of here.
Second to
There's a
that
lot
is
of
believing
competition.
you're pretty awesome. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta believe that.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yep.
believe that.
Everybody got something to offer.
And I have tiny hands. And
Very small hands.
And I'm awesome. I am
He's a tiny, like he can't even, he needs 2 hands to grab a tit, man. I'm talking like A cup. Like this guy gonna be struggling with an A
It's
cup.
true. I gotta go from the left side to the right side to get the whole boob, but it's fine. It's fine. Lastly, the last principle you need to have social intelligence, aka a sense of humor. It's your number 1 weapon against these ladies, making them laugh. It makes it easier. It makes you less creepy. It
If
makes
you can make
fun.
him laugh.
Yeah.
Okay, steal jokes. I said this already. Google it. Google a joke, tell a joke, whatever. But just keep it lighthearted and things like that. And never, I've never said this before, but don't ever make fun of her appearance. Ever. Ever, 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 ever.
It can work.
I disagree.
Okay.
I agree with Garby.
Nah, you can call him Big Head.
It's you know what it is.
You can call him Big Head. Come on now.
You know what it is?
Come on now.
It's
That's
like
fine,
it's like a
yes.
rape joke. Not everyone should do it, but you can pull it off. Not everyone can pull it
I'm
off.
talking
but you
about
can
like
pull it
mostly
off.
at her weight. Like if she's a
Yeah,
more,
I mean, be specific. I mean, you said appearance. That is appearance. You said big head.
Yes,
That's
I don't see head is fine. Like everybody, short.
Tell a
I'll
chick
make
her
fun of
breath
how short she is.
stinks.
Yeah.
You can do that
You can do that
sometimes.
too.
Sometimes.
I mean, it depends. If she's being a bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'll let her know. But other than that, I'm a
But breath is an appearance.
breast is not breast. So, yeah, I don't like if there's like a scar. You clearly see she's trying to like do not.
Yeah, don't
Don't
point
point
attention
that
to
out.
it.
Well, you never just gone and be like, hey, I like that scar. I
Yeah.
like that shit.
No, what I do when a girl's trying to cover like her belly fat, I just grab it and be like, I like that. Yeah, I like that. But hey, it is what it is. But you need to have your sense of humor. Keep it light, just like you said. You see, these are all jokes. These will all work, except for the big head thing. I think that could work for sure. But I don't. It depends on the girl because some
It
girls.
depends on your confidence level.
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah. If you say it righteously,
You can't go. You have
you have
the big head.
Yeah,
Like,
That's what that most women walk around. They ain't concerned with. They got a big head. Like they may be like that, but like really, what does big head mean to you? Like
Right.
Come on now. There's mad ways to play that one. Big head though.
And the reason why I bring this up is because most women, I want to say most. I don't want to. Well, there's some figures out there. I don't want to throw the figure out there because it could be inaccurate. But 78, let's say, to 80% of women are very insecure about their looks in general.
I would say 78% of people are very
Right.
insecure about their
Yeah,
looks.
I'd say
I don't know.
it's
I'm
across
not.
the board. I
I'm
would
not
say that's across the
insecure.
board.
At a young age, I made a decision. I have tiny hands. I have a weird chin. My nose, it seems something
Yeah,
awkward
you
about
see,
it.
I made the same
And then
decision.
I kept it moving. And
You just
and I've
decided
never thought
you
of-
were ugly and
yeah,
moved
I
the
never.
fuck on.
Well, I'm not hideous, but I've never thought about it again. is
Well,
what I'm saying.
you can be concerned with your looks, to a certain extent, but still be confident.
Right, but the reason why I
Nah,
bring up
Gerby's
women,
always concerned with his look. He always has a hat on.
because my hair's not.
There's no exactly.
not-
So you're concerned.
No,
Boom,
because my
got
hair's
you.
not-
Got
because
you. I
wanna
just
be
got him.
professional.
I just
just
got
wanna
him.
be
No, I
professional.
got you.
don't want
So you're
my hair
concerned with your
nappy.
looks. So you're concerned with your looks.
Yeah, I want to
I
look
got
presentable
you.
in the podcast.
I got you.
Oh, but that's
No,
that's
you
way
wear it
different.
outside the podcast as well.
Like when my hair is nice and cut, that's not.
So you're hiding your appearance.
hiding my parents.
You-
How am I
you-
hiding my parents? I'm
I
hiding my
think I
hair.
just made my point. Yeah, which is part of your appearance.
Well, maybe just like
Part of my parents.
Yes, and you're hiding.
So
it.
you're saying just because
You're
any
insecure
part,
about you're insecure about your hair right now.
Nah, I just don't want to look unprofessional.
So you're insecure about your hair.
Well, you just like how you look with a hat.
He thinks it looks more professional.
Because I feel like if I come in here all ragtagged and whatever, then it doesn't seem like I care about the podcast.
So
as
you're
much.
insecure about your
I'll
hair.
do it every week.
I want to know what your hair
Insecurity.
looks like. I don't.
Yeah,
think I've
he
ever
does.
actually-
He
Because
don't give a
I let
fuck.
my hair out all nappied up at work. I could care less.
Okay, but I mean, you do have a certain realm of insecurity about it. That's my point right there. Everybody
Okay,
does.
you're gonna find the most minute thing, right?
And stretch
And then
that
stretch
motherfucker.
that.
bro. I got you,
biggest
dog.
insecurity.
Yeah, I'm insecure
Go
about
around
my
the
hair.
table.
You are, Doug. You are on camera. While on camera with four
It's
other guys.
professionalism.
Yup. You see?
See, I won't wear my
Gotcha.
pajamas at work. That don't mean I'm insecure about my clothes or my body.
It might though. Prove it doesn't.
Sense of humor. So you need your sense of humor. Make these girls laugh. And by the way, the reason why I bring up the whole insecurity thing is pretty girls, not so pretty girls. It doesn't matter. They all kind of look at themselves as being off a little bit. Either a boob is a boob is maybe bigger than the other, which is mostly
That's
true.
sexy. That's sexy,
Mostly
though.
true. By
That's
the way, most
sexy,
women
though.
boobs are not the same size.
Size.
I like
That's cool.
I like the little ones always. The little one.
Like
I don't like the biggie. I like the Anyway,
I mean,
but my point
You
is,
don't like
it's-
Biggie,
it's-
like Smalls?
Nah, not Smalls. No, I like Smalls, not Biggie. But yeah, so it's just things like that.
because
Just
it makes his hand look bigger.
it's okay. I never thought about it. Maybe because of that. Yeah, actually, yeah, it's because I have tiny hands. There
Another
you go.
insecurity.
Well,
I got.
yeah, no,
It's
maybe.
not- I'm not sure. My hands is all
But maybe that's the thing, you know. A lot of guys have told me they like girls with smaller hands because it makes their dick look bigger. Maybe,
Oh,
maybe
wow,
girls
that's
like
weird.
maybe girls like you because you make their boobs look
the bigger. Hey,
There you go, girl.
There you
There you
go.
go.
There you go.
There you go.
Little hand
There you go.
curves.
There you go, baby. I'm proud of them.
There you go.
What a T-Rex? What a T-Rex? Like? What's the sound of a
They said it
T-Rex?
sounded closer to a
You know what?
bird.
Let's make a
Bird.
drop
Yeah.
of a
Birds.
T-Rex.
It sounds like a bird.
Yeah.
So when my name goes, because when I say Guerby, you hear T-Rex in the back. I think that would be pretty
Yeah,
cool.
you want to add that in?
Yeah, because I think that's pretty awesome.
So they said that the T-Rex sounded like a bird, so we can put a pigeon for his.
T-Rex sounding like a bird.
Yeah.
Just
How
a
tall is a
bassy
T-Rex?
pigeon.
Huge, right?
I don't know all the
think
stats.
it'll sound like
Just throw
No,
cockatoo on there and
that's
they
the closest
EQ
thing
that
from the
shit,
lung
like-
formation. That's the closest thing they can find.
Throw some
relate it
overdrive
to.
on it, you know. Yeah.
All right. So those are the 3 principles. Kings, believe in them, do them, try them, attempt them. Don't be afraid. Just get out there and get it, baby. All right. Now we could talk about a little bit about you, Max. Tell us a little about yourself. Not really about personal stuff about yourself personally, but about your relationships, since this is a relationship advice podcast.
Oh yeah.
So some of the things that we talked about before the podcast.
Yeah.
You don't
So,
date?
I don't date. Yeah. Or have very rarely dated. I don't think I've ever done anything that actually constitutes dating, or at least what my perception of what dating is.
Please
which
explain.
is so I've never actually engaged in the act of contacting a woman, you know, and with the intention of taking her out and seeing where things go. You know, contacting a woman that previously I didn't know her at all, you know, whether or not it's Tinder or OkCupid or even before that, you know, saying, hey, I like you. Let's
AIM,
see where,
LOL.
yeah, exactly. Let's see where things go. Let me take you out to dinner. I've never done that. Every single woman I've ever been with, I've been friends with for a significant enough period of time before we actually got involved in the next level. Whether or not that was 6 months or a year, usually that's the range. That's how I've always done things, because ultimately my goal is, you know, what I think a lot of people's goal is, which is meeting your soulmate. So I'm not going to waste my time. That's not saying you guys waste your
that's
time
fair.
if you date. But personally, I feel like it's a waste of my time if, you know, I just hit someone up and I go out for a night. Honestly, I'd rather stay inside and do my thing with my friends and not go out and, you know, waste my time being with someone where, you know, I have no idea what's going to happen. You know, it's not as exciting to me as it is for some other people. You know, I'd like to get to know someone on a friendship level before I actually
That's
make the
fair.
next move.
You
So
haven't
that's
found
kind
it
of,
hard to turn that coin with women sometimes, from friend into, you know, relationship?
no, because I
That's
actually don't.
usually a hard flip for most.
Yeah.
Especially for the woman.
I don't think it's hard, and you know, without at the risk of sounding egotistical, I've been told that I'm pretty good at reading people. So usually I can tell whether or not the girl wants to make that flip,
Okay.
or she doesn't. You
That's
know?
fair. That's fair.
Now,
and
do you go into it with do you go into the friendship with the intention of like, I'd like to turn this into a relationship, or it's purely just friendship?
oh, I just like making friends. I like being friends with people.
Okay, so then just at a certain point of hanging out with them, you start getting attracted to them, and you're like, oh, I feel like this could go a certain way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now are you the one that usually broaches the subject, or do they?
Oftentimes, I mean, sometimes it's them, sometimes it's me. It depends on the situation. It depends on which, you know, what scenario we wind up in. That ultimately becomes the moment at which we sort of flip that coin, as you said, as Karizmatik said. So,
And now has it, like he was kind of think where you're going, like has it ever happened where it was broached and then they were like, no, I just want to do the friend thing?
oh, sure.
And now, and then what was
And
the,
vice versa. You know.
Now, what was the ramifications of that? Were things weird, or did it was like, cool, boom?
Sometimes it's weird, sometimes it's not. I mean, that's how life goes, you know.
Okay.
Fair.
So this is why I think now I'm okay with, whereas I was fighting with you before, is that you're not going into it with any expectation of dating, and then when you make the decision that maybe you want to turn it that way, regardless of how it turns out, you are willing to like walk away, like word, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. And almost always when something like that happens, I'm usually the one who's comfortable just remaining friends. I don't think it's that awkward. I mean, we're all human beings, and we have different levels of attraction. We have different personalities, and if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. Most of the time when someone else walks away, they're the one walking away. I typically don't walk away from a friendship. For example, the last relationship I was in, I tried really hard to, continue being friends with her, and, we took the next jump, and, it's the closest I came to dating, simply because of my mentality at the time. I had just come out of a long distance, or long-term, it was long distance, but a long-term relationship, over 3 years. And I wasn't trying to put all of my eggs in one basket. And, she ended up getting very hurt when I told her, well, this is not going to work out on a romantic level. So she ended up ultimately walking away because she couldn't handle the fact that I didn't want to be with her that way. But that's usually how it goes. I'm fine being friends unless something really awkward happens or unless something really terrible goes down.
Right.
I can still be friends with the other person. But that being said, we were talking about this before the podcast. I'm also probably not going to have, I've made this mistake, but I'm probably also not going to engage in, sex with you if I think it might not go well.
If you think because sex won't go well, or the relationship? The relationship.
Oh,
okay.
Sex can go fine. The relationship can go south.
Now this is what I'm curious about too. Is do you because you've always said that you can't just kind of like have frivolous pussy. Like you have to have some kind of emotional involvement with them for you to want to or be
invested
in fucking
pussy. He likes invested pussy.
Would you say that's fair?
Yeah,
to say?
absolutely.
Is that purely just from a like you just feel like it's a waste of time if you're fucking someone with no end game, or do you think of yourself as like not as like a super sexual person? Because like I don't know, like the idea to me personally, like I'm like extremely sexual. Like I just like frivolous pussy's awesome. I love that. And so it's like the idea of like if I had to be like super into every person that I was gonna fuck, like that feels like I would go crazy. Not saying that what you're doing is wrong. I'm curious like how that works for you.
Yeah. So if I'll put it this way, in a relationship, for example, sex is necessary. It's absolutely necessary. I am a sexual individual, definitely not asexual, but at the same time, sex is not priority. I think real emotional connection is priority. I think understanding each other and also having, we were kind of talking about this earlier, having, stability within yourself, both individuals being stable on their own, and then both individuals making that choice to be with each other, even though they both know that they could be fine on their own, that they're fine being lone wolves, but they make that choice to be with each other. I think that's sexy in and of itself. Of course, if we're not having sex, it's not going to happen. We have to be having sex, but it's not priority for me. I derive pleasure from so many things in life that, sex is not the one important thing. It's one of many things I derive pleasure from. So when we're talking about, like I said, when I was in college, plenty of times, like many people can say, plenty of times where, I'd be at a party or at a gathering and, I was like, well, this is right here. If I say yes, I'm gonna, have sex with this woman. I've always made the decision not to, because at the end of the day, who cares?
That's fair.
That is fair.
Especially if it's you that doesn't care, then who really does? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. From the last relationship that was 3 years in, how long between relationships do you usually stay single? You say it takes about 6 to a year before you...
Yeah, so with your theory, it'll have to take a little while.
Right.
Or are you knowing any of these women at the same time, so you're able to go from one to the next?
Well,
what's the downtime?
What's the downtime? It varies. Because of my philosophy of, it's not dating, but if you want to call it philosophy of dating, if you want to call it that, because of that, it fluctuates, right? And so I guarantee you, I've been with less women than all of you guys. Guarantee you.
Why would you make that assumption? I am a virgin.
Yeah, Guerby's a virgin.
He used to be a warrior of
You
Christ.
see how tiny my hands are? It's like...
Yeah, man, come on now.
There's no way you're a virgin.
No, he's a virgin.
There's no way you're a virgin.
Look at his face.
Of spirit.
He's born again. Come on.
No, and
get a new virgin card with that one.
And that's the thing. That one of the things I hate is like okay, I'll hand in my man card. I don't care how many people I've fucked. If I've had meaningful relationships, that's what matters to me, and that's why I do things the way that I do. So I've only had 5, 6 sexual relationships in my entire life. and they've all been, in one way or another, at least semi-romantic.
Now,
Like it was going towards that. I've had relationships where we had sex, and after we had sex, I realized I was like, well I don't want to be with you.
What would you qualify the person? I'm going to try and not use names. The person before the person you're dating now, because you weren't really technically dating that person. Well, or rather, you guys weren't boyfriend and girlfriend. You were dating.
We were in a serious relationship. What the person before
MK.
Yeah, the last gen, not the current gen.
That was sort of
Would you say that was sort of like an exception to your general rule?
Yes.
Okay.
And that was part of the reason.
Because you guys were fucking pretty like quickly into it, and I know,
But that was because of her.
right, and I know. Okay, so that was just you were kind of like, well, she's into fucking, let's give this a try, kind of thing.
Yeah, she made the move first, and honestly, to be perfectly honest, I mean, the sex was fine.
She's a tiny little thing. It'd be fun to smash out, I can imagine.
Okay, I still respect. I still respect her. She probably respects me less, like I said, and she wants nothing to do with me. Every single time I thought we were about to actually, settle on being friends, she would come back at me with like, "Why don't you love me?" type of stuff, and it's like, okay, well, it just doesn't work. I mean, I really like her as a person. I really do. I still do. It was more of a weird transitional period coming out of a 3+ year relationship, with a woman that I really did love, and the circumstances, dictated that we had to split. That's how it had to happen. So it was painful. And then I sort of said to myself, okay, well, I do want to have serious relationships. That's still my mentality. I can't change that about myself, but I want to be more cautious. So, like I said, she made the first move. I wasn't trying to do anything, and maybe that's a weakness on my part. I just said, okay. In that moment, I was like, okay, I guess we're gonna fuck. I mean, I wouldn't mind fucking, and I like you, but I wasn't gonna make that move. And
so, I guess was your like rationale sort of like, well, you were trying, or like you could see it possibly dating this chick, so you were like okay with going along with it, or you were just kind of like, fuck it.
Oh yeah, no, I could. I thought I could see you dating her. I thought she was moving too fast. All things considered, I thought I was like, okay, well, and I could also sort of see. I think she thought that's what I wanted. And everything got messy, and I think later she said I did that too fast, and I had to say, oh yeah, you're right, but I mean, you thought probably because of other guys you've dated, maybe that's what you needed to do, and I'm a different type of guy, type of thing. It's.
And now I'm curious because you've been pretty much monogamous in all your relationships, right? Or you had like one, maybe two.
I had one open relationship, and it was fine. And I decided it wasn't what I wanted. And what happened was, and like I said, I still really respect her. She's a wonderful woman. And this is when we were in college, so who knows if this is what she's like now. But yeah, we had an open relationship. We were both. Went to the same college, but then I went to a different college and she went to a different college, and we just told each other, it's like, yeah, we're sexual beings. We're going to want to fuck other people. This is a new experience for both of us going to a different college.
Now,
seeing other people.
Those other people that you potentially fucked or did fuck, did you need to be emotionally involved with them also, or was it just like, oh, like this is just satisfying a physical need?
Well, no, the idea is that you're not emotionally
right.
So involved with those people. You just fuck because you want to fuck. Because fucking is fun.
So it was just sort of fulfilling a physical element.
Yeah. And what I realized is I am the person that I am. Like everything I just explained to you, because when I went off to college, yeah, she fucked other guys, but she was, she wanted to be with me. I ended up getting involved with just 2 women. Just 2. And both of those times I was looking for something serious because I can't turn that off in my brain. That's who I am. So I got involved with a woman. This is what I was talking about. I did have sex with her. She's a wonderful woman. Obviously not saying any names or anything like that. She's great. We remain friends, really good friends, but I did have sex with her, and I was like, okay, this is not working out. And then I eventually met the woman that I dated for 3+ years. And when we got together, I felt bad because I told her, because she was a relatively innocent girl.
Right.
It's like, look, I'm actually in an open relationship. She felt really bad about that, and I understand that, and I realized I don't want to be in an open relationship. It's not for me.
Gotcha.
it's not for everyone. I'm fine if it works for you, but it wasn't for me.
I mean,
so I tried it.
If you can't fuck frivolously, I don't see it being for you. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's fine. If it works for you, and you're not hurting anyone, then okay.
Okay. I got 2 more questions. All right. So when you're in like a long-term monogamous relationship, do you ever at any point ever feel like an urge or a call, not necessarily to cheat, but like where you're like, oh, I'd really like to fuck another person? Like, do you ever reach a point where you find that there's that kind of urge there, or you find yourself you're pretty content with just fucking one person?
Yeah, I'm pretty content with fucking one person. You know what I get a lot of satisfaction out of, and this happened, when I was dating in college. I go to parties, and my girlfriend at the time didn't like to go out as much as I did, and I wasn't going to let her tell me that I can't go out. So I'd go out, and, tons of girls, which says a lot about, people, I guess. Girls who were friends with my girlfriend tried to have sex with me sometimes, things like
Awesome.
that. But here's the thing. I got enough
Good problems.
I got enough satisfaction. I got enough satisfaction out of
Turning them
knowing women wanted to have sex with me.
That's
It's like,
pretty
I can do
satisfying.
that. It's like,
That's fair.
but I don't need to. I'm dating someone. I'm monogamous. It's nice knowing you can get it. I don't need to get it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
No,
That's fair.
that's something I feel like what most monogamous guys should do, where it's like you should never stop talking to women. It doesn't mean you make a move on them or do anything.
I
Yeah.
agree with that.
But,
I agree with that.
absolutely.
But you always want to
They're still people.
You still want your partner to know that you're obtainable to other women. It reinforces for them. They go, oh yeah, like I'm dating a very like attractive, like people want this person.
That and less than that, it's a me thing. It's for me. I mean, mostly it's a selfish thing. I want to know I can still get it.
Okay.
Right.
That's fair.
I don't
Yeah.
need to get it to know I can still get it. you
That's
know?
fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. You just got to be offered it.
Exactly.
All right, and my last question: what is predominantly like? Have you only dated white women, or do you have like a large what type of women have you dated? I'm just curious.
Oh,
Like
it means so many things.
No.
like white women,
It's not that
Asian
many-
women.
yeah,
like
it's
like
not
I
that
mean,
many-
are you purely race?
Are you only talking about
Race.
color of your skin?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I've only dated white women.
How dare you?
We got him. Get him. No, I'm just.
I mean-
it's always curious to know that. I mean, it's just interesting to know like what.
Yeah, I don't know. I've only actually been with white women. I've flirted with Asian women and black women too. I find all sorts of people attractive, but I have only been with white women.
Oh yeah. No, I wasn't. I'm not. That wasn't like a loaded question imply anything. I'm just. It's curious. It's cool to like know like what people have. What's their experience.
What have you
Yeah.
hunted?
Yeah.
What game have you hunted?
Or captured. What have you
I'm
captured?
attracted to all sorts of people, but it just so
yeah.
happens that I've only been with white women. Yes.
Oh yeah. I mean, those are all my questions. If you guys have. Sorry, I was. Like,
Nah, you
later.
questioned the fuck out of him, yo.
I
He
think
was
it's-
curious, though. He had questions for days, yo.
I just think it's interesting to get our guests like perspective, like what their dating background
No,
is
that-
and
that's-
stuff. You know what I mean? It helps like give
Those
us
are all
insight,
real
like-
questions.
Yeah.
You know? Respect. I mean, he gave full answers too. So, with that, Gerbs.
No, I have no questions.
Okay.
I mean, I do in a way envy both Max and Karizmatik because I know that you both have a lot of female friends, and like I know at Karizmatik especially, you like having like you prefer like a lot of female energy around you as opposed to male energy.
That's what I prefer. Yeah. That's how I grew up.
And that's why it's weird to me because I'm like I don't know, maybe like, people want to say I'm a misogynist because of this, but it's just like I find it hard to be friends with a chick if I don't want to fuck her. And
You
so
see,
it's like I'm either like just friends with like ugly women or women that I just know like this is never going to be a thing. But
See,
then it's like this thing where it's like it's like if you like even if you presented like a chick that is like I really enjoy hanging out with as a friend, it's like 9 times out of 10 I'd rather hang out with anyone at this table than hang out with them. Like I just feel like I just feel and know I'm gonna have a better time. And maybe that's shitty, but that's just like
I actually agree with that. Like a lot. I have a friend. I have a best friend. She's she's a lady, and I told one time these group of other ladies in our scene that I only have one female friend, and they were confused by that. They were like, "Wait, no, we're friends." And like, no, we're not. We're not friends. Like we see each other at open mics and we talk and we laugh and things like that, but we don't hang out outside of this. This is almost like a coworker type thing. Like I see you, but I wouldn't call a lot of my coworkers my friends either. So that's the same idea there, which piss people off. I'm probably gonna piss people off again when I say that, but it's true. It's just that I only have one female friend, and the only reason why we don't do anything is because, she's too busy, I'm too busy, and things of that nature, and so it's just not ever gonna happen. And I wouldn't let it happen because, like I said, it'll complicate the shit out of everything.
Yeah, I have like one female friend that I have fucked, and we're still friends, and they're still open to fucking.
Would you call? Okay,
But
you
it's
can still
like-
call her a friend. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like purely just like it's a comedy friend, not like in our scene or anything, but like
Right.
it's a friend of mine. It's very like if like it's very like, oh, okay, you want to, sure, why not, but it's nothing like
Interesting.
but they're also like
Honestly, what's interesting about that, that's real. If you're two sexual people and like you can literally live upon those lines, why not?
This person doesn't live here, right?
No.
Okay, I think that's what makes that possible.
they did live here at one
Right.
point, and then they
Yeah,
moved, but
right. I think that's also what makes that possible.
Yeah.
Long term.
certainly helps. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to say one?
No, all I was gonna say is, I for a lot of my life, I did, maintain a friend base, a friendship base, which was predominantly women, and I feel like, there's nothing wrong. I mean, things happen. There's so many factors. So, I mean, if you happen to just be friends with mostly guys, I mean, that happens too. But I happen to have mostly, friends who were women. And I think in a way that helped later on in life, it helped me get girls.
Yeah.
I think it did. I mean, being surrounded by women constantly, being friends with them, and this is going to sound weird. I didn't know how to take it. It was almost both a compliment and an insult. One time when I was in college, actually, I was a freshman in college. Still, most of my friends were women, and I was in my friend's dorm, including my best friend, and the three of them, are in there, and I'm just sitting there hanging out with them. We're drinking, and one of them starts changing, and the other, my other friend goes, "What are you doing? Max is in here." She was like, "Oh, that's right," and she said, "Sometimes, Max, sometimes I forget that you're a man." And I didn't know how to take that. I was like, I'm so happy I was like, thank you for being so comfortable with me. But, I was like, I am still a dude.
Yeah, see, I would have had to check them immediately.
See,
Be
no,
like,
like,
whoa, whoa,
You
whoa,
want to
whoa.
whip it out right now?
I'd be like- I'd be
Like the same
bitch.
situation has happened to me where like I had a friend in high school
Yeah,
who
wait,
had like
King
double
story
D's,
time.
right?
King story time.
Yeah, you did. Wait,
King's story time.
All right, I had a friend in high school, very beautiful girl, double D's, and her bra strap broke. So I mean, everybody today knows who the person I am. I've always been this person. I mean, I'm hypersexual. I won't sexualize people, but like I'm hypersexual all the time. And she's like, "Yo, Karizmatik, can you come outside and help me out real quick?" I was like, "All right, yeah, sure." So I run outside, and she's like, "Can you help me with my bra strap?" I'm like, "Really, me?" I was like, "You think I'm the best person?" She was like, "Shut up, help me with my bra strap." I was like, I'm gonna look, right? Like,
No.
let's keep it 100. I'm like, this is prime opportunity. Why the hell would I turn away? I'm helping you, right? Like, she's like, duh. I'm cool. Like, I mean, so no, like, it's completely possible. Like, I don't know, like, that's my experience with that. And like, it was at the same time, I like the fact that like they didn't demote my masculinity. I didn't feel
Sure,
like my
yeah,
masculinity was demoted in any way. But at the same time, I mean, that shows you that, I mean, while you can still be attracted to people, you can live upon the respectable line. You know what I'm saying?
I would have tried to touch them if it was.
No, that's over the line.
See,
That's over the
I
line.
literally would have hit him with exactly what you're saying. They'd be like, "Oh, I almost forgot you're a man. You should have pulled your dick out." And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget that you're a woman." Boom, turn it around right back on him.
Nah, I wouldn't.
Too old.
Remember, I said this
No,
was a
because
good
it's
friend.
not
I said it was a
one-on-one.
good
It's not a
friend.
one-on-one situation there because there's another friend there, and I feel like there's no need to pull my dick out for her to see. When this one, I'm just reciprocating what she's doing over here.
And plus,
So
if
you're
that
getting
was
naked, I'm gonna get naked.
If it was
With
in
the
my
friend.
situation, if anybody shows up on that situation, that just looks bad.
Yeah, it looks bad.
It just looks
really
What,
bad.
you
Just
guys
two
are-
people outside alone, and you have your dick out, and she does like.
He's
like
spoken like two guys that haven't taken their dick out. in front of people.
you see, that's a room full of people. It's bringing your dick on one individual outside. That's different. Like,
We're not Louis C.K. Okay,
Are you saying that I am?
No, you sprung it on a room full of people.
Publicly. Those you did it in public.
Yeah.
The only person
You're better.
The only person I literally felt bad for it was that one woman that could see behind the glory hole wall and just like watching 4 guys sit back there like, come on, get hard before we gotta stick our dick through a hole in front of people. And she was just like so horrified but curious, but like, what the fuck? And it was like, oh yeah.
Something so
Watching
horrific
us
you
put
can't look
outfits
away.
on our
Yeah.
penises. Just,
She wasn't
yeah.
horrified. She was just
No, she was into it. She was
She was
into it.
definitely love it.
I was presenting some nice meat. Took a nice blue chew 30 minutes before. Pulled up
Yeah,
some
I realized that
nasty
day
shit on my
that
phone.
that Irish's balls do the same thing that my balls do. So I'm glad I'm not alone.
What?
That's I
Wait.
got out of that.
How do you? That's not possible. Have you had somebody look at your balls?
No, he's looked at
I've
his
looked
balls,
at-
so
I've-
he can confirm with himself that
No,
his
but
balls
no,
do the same
no,
thing.
no, no,
You
no,
watch
no, no,
your
Wait,
balls in
you're
the mirror
referring
and you
to
see
the
this happening?
Eliminix then?
How does he
I
know
thought that's
his
what you were
balls
talking
does
about, the
that?
Eliminix.
Yeah.
Now, I understand
Eliminix.
Irish's
Yeah,
balls
yeah.
doing that because there's video proof of Irish balls does that.
Irish
But
balls
how-
does what?
It moves.
do
My
you-
balls are very reactionary.
Wait, you're asking how do I know?
I'll show you,
Yeah,
I'll
I
show
know
you
your
this
balls
clip.
are
Don't worry, there's a
Because I'm
censored
not a
one, so
fat
you don't
ass and
have
I'm
to look at
capable
my
of
balls.
looking at my
But
junk.
Big J Okerson did about
Yeah, but-
15 minutes just talking
I
about
can
how
look
my
at my
balls react to
balls.
everything. Like literally, like at one point,
I
his
don't know.
co-host was like,
See, first, I've
he was
never
like, I'm
seen
gonna
his
try and
balls
scare his
move, how they
balls,
move,
and
so I
he
can't
was just like,
tell.
oh, my balls like, ooh, and they
how
like
does
shrink up and
doesn't
move.
make sense.
It's crazy.
Do you look in the mirror or you just
It's
look
crazy.
down at your balls and you see your balls moving? Just reactionary. Like, have you ever pulled your dick out in public
Yes.
and somebody told you your balls moved when your dick was out in
No,
public?
I've seen my own balls.
But are you thinking
But
about
that
your
was also
balls moving
private.
while
You was
looking
in
at
your
your
private-
balls? Maybe by looking at your balls, you're subconsciously making
moving your
balls
balls.
move.
Yes.
No, it's weird. So you know,
He had his dick out in
it's
public
a
and
weird.
his balls
it's,
moved.
it's
And I couldn't
it's-
see my own
No,
balls.
it's,
Right.
it's a weird muscle
your balls
movement
do
that
that?
you wouldn't realize you're doing because it doesn't really actually feel like much until you look at your balls. So it will happen when I'm jacking off.
But is it just your balls moving because
y-
there's
your hand-
motion
yeah,
of your
you
hand?
really
on your
put
dick?
it on the skin.
It's completely separate.
They're well.
They're
but-
doing the thing that.
So you say your
Whoa,
balls
whoa.
are not
No,
attached
but
to
but
your. what do you-
I would believe it while you're jerking off because they're like being reactionary to you. About
Is
doing
your ball
something.
sack
But
not
what about
attached to
just
your
They're
dicks?
penis?
not
Just
moving simultaneous with me jacking it.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying because of the
It's not the same scenario.
internal factory that's working, getting ready to
Right.
produce a result, they might inherently be moving like that. I'm saying, what if flaccid, just dick hanging out there
Hanging
in
out,
front of a
just
group,
moving.
no movement, just chilling there, and someone about as far as Gerby talking at your balls? Do they
Yes,
react?
because I've
and
had
retract?
girls tell me it's weird.
Okay, that's what I was
Okay.
asking.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
there
what
you
we
go.
were
Okay.
getting to. Cool.
There we go. All right. So, yes, you have the same balls as I.
Karizmatik loved that conversation. He was just like, I'm gonna just let this go.
I have had girlfriends say, like, look down and be like, that's fucking
I've
weird that
heard-
your balls do that.
I've heard balls so many times in this last conversation.
Balls, blah, 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 blah.
So
Balls
many
is a great,
times.
funny word too. It's like it's perfect. Balls. It's just perfect.
It's also kid friendly, I think. You know?
Barely.
Yeah.
When you
Argue
add
it.
the
You could
S, I
argue
think
it,
it
yeah.
makes it a little sexual when you add the S.
You can't say my ball. Like, you know how, like.
Yeah, balls very.
No, like when
very
kids get hit in the
neutral.
nuts, it's
It's
either my
not-
nuts or my balls. That's what they say too. Like, oh, my balls. Like,
But when I was a kid, when I heard the word balls with an S, I would laugh every single time.
That was a funny word, but I think
I
it's
wouldn't laugh.
I think it's the most
You
kid
wouldn't laugh.
friendly.
That's
So
not
you
that-
heard
that's-
balls and you didn't laugh?
I got annoyed, man. Like, it's not like same with like.
What
when
kind of kid were you?
I was too smart for my own britches. Like
Or
shit
too
that
dumb?
like either one, bro. But
laugh at
bro,
balls?
but dumb people think they're
Nuts.
smart too.
I laughed
That's
at
the thing.
nuts. I laughed
Okay,
at
no,
balls.
I don't think balls are funny. I don't think I ever thought balls were that funny. I agree with you. Do you think farts are funny?
No,
Weirdos.
no,
Farts?
no,
Like hearing a fart.
no.
You don't think farts are
no.
funny?
It's funny until
No.
you have to
Oh, that's
smell
somebody
it.
get hit in the
'cause-
balls.
No, I didn't say someone getting hit in the balls can't be funny.
Okay.
I didn't say
Okay.
that.
No,
Ball. You said balls. The word balls.
anything
is
with
not-
balls.
no.
You need to get off your high horse and fart.
No. You see, my thing is this: like, anytime I hear a fart, my instant thought is the smell. So I instantly get mad. Like, that's my
Well,
first.
that's what I'm saying. If you remove this, like farts are funny until you smell it.
Right.
No,
you should
no,
get
no,
off
no,
the
but
horse and then fart. And then
no,
You've never crop dusted a bunch of people? That
No,
shit's
man, nah.
hilarious.
You see, like, I don't.
what is
do
that? No, say that
dog.
one more time. There's a thing. It's called something.
Crop dusting someone.
It's when you fart around people.
It's crap
It's-
dusting. It's crap dusting.
Okay, I still just call it crop dusting. It's basically like a good way to crop dust people would be, especially if you walked in front of a group of friends,
Oh my
like 2 or
God.
3 feet in front of them, rip a fart, and then just the
walk.
Oh, I do that all the
Natural-
time.
Just the
I do
natural
that all the
motion
time.
like hits them.
Yeah,
That's
I do
crop
that all the
dusting.
time.
You're like a
I do
plane
that all the
like
time.
dust in the field.
Nah, like when we were growing up, me and my friends we used to play this game called Doorknob.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
everyone played
yeah,
doorknob.
Yeah, so like, yeah, nah,
Safety
I'm
doorknob, yeah,
getting you. I am getting you good, yo. Like,
Yeah, the good thing about my farts, they're very silent.
Jesus, remind me
They're
not to
very
fart
quiet.
around Karis.
That's
So-
because you got a loose ass
I'm
butthole.
sorry, I turned this into a
You got a loose
conversation about
butthole,
farts.
bro.
No, that makes what? What does it have to do with buttholes?
Huh?
You could you know you could
Do
fart
you know how to make a
silently.
whistle?
What's a whistle?
What?
You make your butt whistle?
Sometimes you fart and it sounds like
Bro,
a
you
whistle.
can't
What do
make-
you mean?
What?
You can't make your butt whistle, bro?
What?
Do you have one? Do you have one type
What are
of
you
fart,
talking about?
Gerby?
First off, I was just talking
Your
about
farts
whistling
all
with your
sound-
mouth.
Oh,
But they took, no, I want to see the angle they took this on. Let's
Right,
keep
I
going
was
down
like,
this
what are you guys
tangent.
talking
Like,
about?
Oh,
Butt
I-
whistle?
Gerby,
I was
are,
just
are,
butt-
are your all your farts sound the same?
No, sometimes they fart. You know,
but
whatever. and
sometimes
then-
they're like.
No, that's not a whistle.
bro,
that's a whistle.
that's
That's not a whistle. And there's still
bro.
friction. There's still the
See,
butt cheeks are
whistle,
still.
to do a whistle, it has to be compressed. You see,
The butthole is
the
still.
butthole has to be
Wait,
compressed.
butthole is
Is,
still
wait. Is that
opening and closing.
You know, you see, to whistle, right? The butthole's tight.
Is that
So,
No, my
your
butt
lips gotta
doesn't
be
whistle.
tight, right? Exactly.
Is
If
that-
your butt don't whistle, your butt's
you're-
loose.
you're-
Then it's
you're-
open. You got an open cavity.
What?
wait.
No, I
Yeah,
don't
you'll
think
be,
so.
you'll be, right?
Is
If I
that-
That doesn't make any sense.
Is that what you
Bro,
really meant
like,
by you wanted to
how
start
does that
some
not make
friction with
sense?
that girl? You really had to fart?
No,
You're
I
like-
was literally
she was
talking about.
She was
dick
talking,
into
and you were
vagina.
like, "Listen, I need to start some friction." And you're like, "I gotta take a shit, but I don't."
You guys
No,
understand what I'm
no,
saying?
Charismatic's
I
right.
need
It's like
penis
you
and-
make the whistle fart when
and
you're tensing
vagina.
up.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
You need something tight to produce a whistle. If your butthole can't produce any whistle, you got a loose butthole, bro. That's what it is.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever.
You
heard.
got a loose butthole.
You're not gonna
This
convince
is why
me
the
that
loudest
stupid.
farts are already.
Wait,
That makes no sense.
what would you classify a queef as then? Is that in the fart category or closer to the whistle
But
category?
vaginas are not
not
inherently.
farting.
That's
That's not farting.
well.
But I'm saying what
They're creased.
if you had to put it in a category, like let's just say farting, whistling, or like what would you quantify a queef as?
Irish. You know,
Fart?
not to be
I give it
grotesque.
closer
Not to
to
be
fart.
grotesque.
Be grotesque.
But a sucking chest wound does the same fucking thing.
What?
It's different.
A sucking chest wound? What is
What's
What do you
it? What do you
mean?
mean sucking?
Yeah, if like air gets trapped in a pocket, that's what a queef is. It's not.
Oh, yeah,
farting.
yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah, that's what that
compressing
is,
gas.
Yeah, with
Right.
no way out.
Right.
Like, you
So,
trap
so
the air
is it in
there.
a different
It's-
category,
it's
and what
just-
would that category
It's just
be?
sitting in the back of the
or
vagina.
It's not a fart. It's
I
just a
can't,
noise
I
that's
can't.
made.
but is it
because of
closer to
pocket
a
of air.
whistle or is it closer to a fart?
in sound? Or in what?
In philosophy.
Are you asking what a queef sounds like? You don't know what a queef
In
sounds
philosophy,
No,
it's
that's not what I'm
neither
saying.
because
That's not what I'm
you
saying.
need pressure pushing in to produce a queef.
I'm asking you if you had to categorize
air-
it
you need
scientifically.
air and pressure.
Which
Yeah.
one is
You
it
need
closer to?
something that's obstructing the vagina.
Thank you, exactly.
Plus the air.
Yeah.
Which creates the queef.
Yes.
So it's closer to a fart then.
No, because no.
Fart is literally things in your body that you
So then
consume
it's a-
that's being
so then it's
broken
a-
down
and
say-
pushed out.
and then
So
pushed
it's
out
it's
because
its own
not good for
category.
you.
It's its own thing.
A fart's
Okay.
actually intestinal movement.
Yes.
You know?
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand.
A queef is usually dick movement.
For sure.
Yes, it's not the same.
Yeah, it's
no.
the
I'm
same.
not saying it's the same. I'm asking if I was just asking.
So if you
It's
fart,
not
if you
a
fart with
coochie fart,
if
is
you
what
fart
you're
with a
trying to
dick
say.
in your ass, it's still
Okay,
a
it's
fart.
not a coochie
Joey,
fart.
do you want an answer? It just depends, I guess, on the woman. Okay, like I don't know.
No, it's not a fart.
No, it's just like farts. All queefs sound different.
But except for in the case of Gerby's, then they all sound like. You got a loose butthole.
Boom.
You got a loose butthole.
That
You
bomb.
got a loose butthole.
Boom. Okay. All right, let's move on.
Lucy.
Loose queef. All right. Let's move on to our next segment. We're gonna go into our King's Rounds table. So King's Rounds table. We're gonna watch a clip, and then we're all gonna go around the table and give our opinions.
Oh wait,
Basically-
when you gonna hit the plugs?
With the plugs? What do you mean with the plugs? Did we not do the plugs?
No, we haven't.
What? The whole
'Cause,
time?
yeah,
We were
you
supposed to do
supposed-
plugs before the story.
You
I
just you
skipped
were
it.
yeah you
Sorry.
were.
I'm so sorry. Let's do plugs first. All right, let's do plugs. My name is Guerby. Funny name Guerby is the Instagram. My dates don't come to him. I don't like all of you. Okay, no, I'm joking. Love y'all, Kings. Mwah.
Come on, you gotta promote those dates, Gerby.
No,
The people on the Gerby train.
I really could care less.
I'm your boy Karizmatik at Karizmatik_me on IG and Twitter, at KarizmatikIPE on Facebook, and you can catch me at the Yas Festival on December 12th at 9 p.m. And you can also catch me at the Middle East on January 3rd and January 4th. I believe that's an 8 p.m. show. And yeah, come check me out. Y'all gonna laugh a hell of a lot. Max, you have anything to plug?
Yeah. Max the Serbian Bastard, and I have nothing to plug besides this, so I'm gonna leave it up to Irish.
And your girl. Ah!
Oh shit. What's up, guys? It's Irish O'Neal. Follow me on all social media at It's Irish O'Neal. Check out the STC podcast. We go live every Sunday at 6 during the winter months. That's right, a little earlier. Tonight, I believe we have Tom McDonald and Max, if he wants to be on also. STC?
Well, maybe.
Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, guys.
Love y'all. Sorry, I made a mistake. So basically, King's Roundtable, we're going to watch a clip, and then we're going to talk about it. First clip, it's a long-ass clip. Long-ass, 16 minutes.
We can skip through if we need to. But
Okay, we'll skip. Okay, all right.
I'll leave that up to
Niggas
you.
don't even want slow no more. These niggas
All right, can I give some background for this a little bit before we start?
Yeah, for
So this is a guy named Tory Lanez. He is a R&B / rapper. I guess that's the best way to describe him. He just dropped a mixtape called Chicks Tape 5. It is fire, like sex playlist type music. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what you get down with. And there's one song in there. It's called Love Your Girl, fire, where he's, I guess, apparently this guy's responding to. Okay. And so, and you'll see based on what he says, how what
trying to
the
play
record's
games
about.
and shit. Niggas gangsters. These niggas want to play pussy games. You know what I'm saying? Real
Pause it
cool
real quick.
and shit, man.
Pause it real quick. First of all, there's nothing tough, Kingz, about waving your gun in a camera.
Yeah.
It's just, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like that's
Only pussy motherfuckers wave a gun in a camera, do any kind of
a
shit
BB
like
gun.
that.
Okay, officer of government, whoever's watching, that is a BB gun.
Now they know.
Now they know. That's good.
Yeah, that's good because I'm a
that's a
black
baby
man
gun.
in this room. I don't need
No,
him
no,
storming
no,
and
yeah.
shit. I'm gonna get shot. I'm a big target. I'm gonna get shot.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get swatted. Okay, this is not something I want. But the point is this: it's like there's no point of doing this. If you're upset about what another man said about your girl, you don't get on social media and you wave a pistol and say, I would kill you with this. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
You gotta talk to your girl. Stop trying to address the guy.
Wait, so I'm confused. What happens?
You'll
So
see as it's
okay.
further. It's about his girl. Is exactly, but
You know what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? How you feel about that, man? I got your girl, bro. Hold on. I'm gonna say it like this here, homeboy. Hold on, little bro.
Please tell me he's not about to shoot.
Yo,
that's his son that he had with the girl.
Hey, go over there with mommy right quick. Go over there with mommy.
Please tell me he doesn't
I
accidentally
got your
shoot the kid.
girl, bro.
No,
You know
no,
I'm saying?
what? That's
I
not.
got your girl. She with a real nigga. You did that.
Pause it one more time. Here, another thing.
So something you bought makes you real.
Nothing. Okay.
Gotcha.
Nothing
Bet.
about having a weapon or brandishing a weapon makes you a real N-word ninja, whatever you want to call this guy or neighbor. Remember that funny guy one time? Yeah, that was great.
I wanna be your neighbor.
No, the point is, none of that is. Listen, if you married the girl, right? If you married the girl that this other guy claims they've been together, you've won.
Yep.
You won.
Yep.
You got the girl.
Yep.
That's it.
Facts.
So all I'm saying, to me, anyway, let's just continue
With a
for a little
real
bit,
nigga.
and let's see if he
You
gets
over
into
here
it.
making love songs about her. And
Yeah.
guess what? She over here kicking it with me. See the bed post. You know what I'm saying? That look familiar? I don't know if
Dude
you
don't
ever
even
had
know how
a
to
chance
check
see
his
that.
lighting. I can't even check his
You know
eyes.
what
Look
I'm
at that.
saying?
Well, he is a dark skinned
Bro,
black
you gotta
man.
get
So.
your mind right, man. Like, y'all don't know. Bro, made
The
a
contrast
whole
between
album.
the skin and that hat make it neon, bro. I'm like, yo,
He
what's
looks
going
like
on?
he looks like the Pokemon like pre-reveal. Like remember in the show they used to be like, "Who's that Pokemon?" He's like,
Profile, just a dark profile.
it's that black guy.
Or Snorlax.
She don't even much text you back. She don't even much do none of that, bro. You around here stalking my girl, bro.
Bro, how much time does he have, bro?
You really serious?
Oh man, he stepped
Stop
off
it,
and came
then-
back.
Yeah.
Oh, he went and picked it back up. Okay.
You wasted studio
Wait, he got a
time just
okay.
to not get in the look.
Wait, he have a Jewish star in the middle of his forehead?
I don't know what that is. Must be some gang thing.
What is happening?
About this.
He's just skipping through it.
I don't.
All right, we can just stop it right there.
Yeah, like he has time,
It's
bro,
a lot. It's a long video.
of him just talking
Yes.
Mixtape.
and playing with himself and the gun.
And I'll just surmise.
He doesn't
the
even
video.
show the girl.
Okay, fine.
No,
He
he
doesn't
never
let
shows the
himself.
girl. He never shows the girl.
So
by the
I
way.
don't know what he's talking about.
Okay, so this is the situation, right? So this mixtape dropped, and there's a girl that's named by name in the mixtape. Now, whether that's the same girl's name or not, I don't show. At some point, they do show her hands. He grabs
Yeah,
her
I
hand,
saw that.
and he shows she has a couple broken.
Okay, so
fingernails
he's getting at Tory Lanez because Tory Lanez wrote a song about
his
girl.
girl. The entire album to him is about this girl that he ended up marrying.
Okay, so he's taking it.
So he
like-
took it very personally.
Yeah, I got
Now, in the song "Love Your Girl," Tory says after the song, she's not gonna be your wifey no more. You're probably gonna want to fight me. This guy obviously wants to shoot him because of this. So it's one of those deals. But the point I was saying, everything. Well, I wish we could watch the whole video, but it's just not enough time. It's just not
Yeah, I
enough
don't
time.
want to
So
listen to that rant.
everything he says about Tory is he's basically talking because he talks trash about Tory. He's like, "Oh, you're soft and you're not gangster and you're not all these things." But what he's doing is not gangster. None of this stuff you're doing is gangster either. There's nothing gangster about that. If you're dealing with an ex, is really what I want to talk about.
I don't know.
With your ex,
Is he being
As a
emotional?
guy.
Is he being emotional?
yes, this guy's being
So
emotional.
is he being gangster?
Not gangster. That's not gangster. But that's most gangsters are emotional. So that's
Okay, so
It's
that's
neither
not.
here
You
or
see
there.
what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
This is not about the hood, but it's just like when you're dealing with an ex. If you have an ex-girlfriend and you're threatened by the ex, if your girl is making you feel comfortable with where you guys are at, you shouldn't worry about the ex at all.
Facts.
As long as she's making you feel comfortable. Now in the song, Tory makes it seem like he still have sex with this girl. And some of the things she says when they're around, and she's like, "Oh, where's your man at? Oh, forget that dude. I don't care about that dude."
It's probably true since he's brandishing
When he's
a
having
gun.
sex with her, he's like, "Yo, who's your man?" She's like, "Oh, forget that dude." So it's a weird thing. But this is just from Tory's perspective. If your girl is telling you, if you trust her, this seems like he doesn't trust her to me. You don't trust her. Why make the video? Why?
So you said if he's brandishing a gun, it might be true. I don't think it's necessarily true because he's brandishing a gun. And this kind of goes back to something that you weren't a part of, but we were talking about it on
But he is
STC.
insecure, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, he's insecure. Exactly. And that's the point. It's sometimes you're right about these things. I think in this case it's very possible that he's not, and he's insecure and he's letting his emotions get the best of him. Because men, just like women, can let their emotions get the best of them.
Oh, clearly.
Facts.
Clearly.
Yeah. Facts.
Clearly. And it's just if your current situation is not being compromised, it's not something you should ever. I'm not saying you shouldn't speak on it because maybe he feels some type of way. Maybe she tells him, "Yo, can you please defend my honor?" because he's talking about me in a negative way or something like that. Maybe that's what's happening. But throughout the video, that's not what's happening. It's just a whole lot of.
There's a better way to handle
You're
that.
soft. You're not a gangster. I will hurt you if you really want to make a gangster. Come here. And then at one point, he gets to the point where he says, if you love my girl so much, if her coochie is so great, why don't you pay her bills? Now,
Not that
which
good.
sets another problem.
he said it's great. Not
You want the ex-man to take care of the current bills that you and her are currently responsible for? That makes...
So he's mad. No, he's mad. He can't eat off it too.
Right.
That's what he's mad about. Truly.
Or he's mad at her for not being able to utilize her vagina correctly.
Maybe she is, and she don't care about him. Truly.
Right. Maybe Tory's right.
She wasn't on that shit with him.
So it's a weird way. This is the wrong reaction. This is the wrong way to react to an ex. If the ex is trying to make his way in, okay, you could choose to deal with him two ways. You could either deal with him directly himself and saying, "Leo, bro, I don't know what's going on with you, but this is my shorty. We're together now. You need to respect that, and it don't need to get physical." Or
You literally could have.
if you're pulling out a gun, you're dealing with it.
Well, it's
with
going
it
too
the
far.
wrong
It's
way.
too far. It's too
yeah,
far.
You literally could have solved it with like a picture of like you sitting on the couch with her and like the kid, just all like as a family. Like
No,
like,
you solve
like,
it by not saying anything.
nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
I
And
say-
honestly,
You
that's the
solve
most
it by not
powerful
caring
thing.
Yeah, by
about
not
it.
saying
Yeah.
right. If it's bothering you that much, you go talk to the man directly, the person that you think is threatening your relationship,
There was some post
and
today.
then you talk to your girl.
I can't remember who posted it. It's some famous person, but it was I think it was like a Christian Bale tweet or something. But it was like if you have a problem with me, call me. If you don't have my number, then you don't know me well enough to have a problem with me.
Facts.
Right. Oh, that's
Facts.
That's great.
Yeah, but also, sort of like what you were saying. I mean, it's kind of more the general idea, which is, obviously this is coming from a place of fear. He's afraid that his woman might want to go to some other guy.
Yeah, the other
And-
guy is more successful.
Yeah, exactly.
Has higher status.
But here's the
And you're gonna
thing.
scare him with a gun.
But that's the thing. So he's acting on his fear, and if you don't allow things to scare you, then those things that would normally scare you lose their power.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
like you just said, don't say anything. Loses
It
his
is
power.
what it is.
It is
If you
what
talk
it is.
to, if you
Accept
trust
it.
your girl,
if you
and you talk to your girl, and she's like, I don't know where this is coming from. He's just being crazy. Obviously, he's doing this for album sales, whatever. If you're securing her in the truth that she's telling you the truth and everything, then it's not something you should.
And
ever speak
hey,
on.
if you're not, leave.
Yes,
Exactly.
bounce.
Exactly. If you can't accept
Bounce.
that as an answer, if you have to believe that she's doing something, if something's going on, then leave.
Yep.
You have a
Yeah.
kid together. She's always going to be in your life.
Yep.
So you're going to have to deal with her one way or the other. And the thing is, you don't have to question. To me personally, you shouldn't question the guy, but unless you are really, if you really feeling that threatened, go ahead. But mostly, it should be between you and your girl. That's a you and your girls type situation. And plus, he's married to her. They have a kid together. You should just trust what your girl says. Your girl says nothing's going on. Nothing's going on. And you move on.
Yeah. We'll feel that.
Next to our next item.
Hopefully this one is better than that guy. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
that guy
like
was. This is another sob story. Sob story. I just want to drive it home.
I just lost everything.
You lost everything.
Eberhard Cryer is a broken man.
What is that?
His name is
Broken
Everhart
heart.
Cryer. I didn't catch that.
Okay.
He lost before he even started.
Oh my
Who
God.
thought he'd
He was
found
doomed
love
at
through
birth.
the internet
Hold on,
after his
hold
wife-
on.
Pause.
He thought.
That was interested in him. Yes.
Let it play. Let it play.
Let it play.
Let it play.
of 34 years died of cancer a year and a half ago.
Did you really believe that this woman was in love with you?
Yes, that's what I believed.
Heather Humphreys became alarmed when her father started becoming more and more secretive about emails and other contacts he had with a woman calling herself Lisa Kelly, supposedly living in the African country of Ghana. But it wasn't just that.
All told, he spent how much money?
I think it's about almost $300,000.
Cryer now
Jesus.
reveals he traveled to London 14 times over the
14
past year, thinking he would be rendezvousing with his love, who claimed she'd invested his money in accounts in Ghana.
And when she didn't show up, didn't something go off in your head that something was wrong here?
No, nothing went off in my head. I was in love with her. Love is blind.
His last trip, the end of July.
4 o'clock in the morning, I got a phone call saying he's in London, no way to get home. They picked him up walking on the highway.
Cryer was briefly checked into a psychiatric hospital by his family.
Yeah.
By that time, he'd lost his home to foreclosure, forced to move in with his daughter, her husband, and their 3 children.
He was sending her $1,600 a day?
While going through her dad's finances,
Come
Heather
up
said
is
she got the
real,
shock of her
dog.
life.
This was his pension.
This money, this $115,000.
Is gone. They have it. It's all gone. Everything.
How much money?
The family contacted us after we aired a story about a Yonkers man who had stolen money from his son and then committed suicide after being victimized in a similar Ghana romance scam.
The only thing I didn't do, I didn't steal or I didn't kill myself.
You didn't steal and you didn't kill yourself.
Yeah.
How do you look at these people?
Oh, I think they're monsters. Why are these people getting rich on, destroying families? It destroys families. What everybody tells you, it happens all the time. Why aren't we doing things to stop it?
Heather says early on when she suspected the scam, she tried to get help, even contacting the FBI.
When I called the FBI, they're like, well, just tell them to stop. It's another country. We have no jurisdiction. There's nothing
Yep.
we can do for you.
That's right.
They're asking, why can't you do something?
The FBI can't go arrest people in other countries.
And the FBI's Richard Coco says internet scammers come and go so fast, it's almost impossible to track them.
The simplest thing is don't fall prey to it, and there's no reason to. It's an education thing. And that's what you can do
It is an
today.
education
Your
thing,
story
yeah.
will help us educate people.
Do you realize now this was a scam?
Yep.
He questioned
He
it.
still had to
Yeah.
think about it. He
At
still
the
had to
very
think about
end,
it.
He still questioned it.
I disagree with his daughter. It's his own fucking fault.
It's fault.
Yeah, it's his own
Why?
fault.
Why we're not blaming?
Why would you ever send a bitch money before you've even met her?
He's never
I want
met-
to. I
it's
want to
probably a guy.
put this point. You shouldn't spend money on a woman you're not sleeping with. You probably shouldn't have arguments with women that you're not sleeping
You
with.
probably shouldn't be spending money on a woman you've never seen in person.
Or putting energy into any
I agree
woman
with that.
without actually being in a relationship with them or a sexual relationship with them. It's just not worth it. It's just a waste of
Remember,
time.
your time is your pussy, guys.
Right.
Your time is your pussy.
Yes. My point is, don't
It's
do
just
it.
as- I mean, it's like people who click on clickbait. It's just a lot worse. Or people who click on those ads.
Yeah, but
like pop-ups.
$1,600 a day?
Yeah, but it's the same sort of stupidity. I mean, I
That hurts.
as
That
me,
hurts
and
myself.
I'm sure you guys can concur. being yourselves, you kind of think, how could someone fall for that? But there are stupid people out there, and he's just stupid. It's his
I
fault.
get it. When I was in middle school,
most people would not fall for that.
Most. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. I used to give a girl my lunch money in middle school.
What?
Yeah. So she could talk to me.
That's insane.
So I get it. But I saw this girl. I knew this girl was real. I could interact with her at least.
Wow. I give you
start.
that, man. I give you that.
Yeah, I was also.
I mean, I used to be a sucker too. Sometimes they ask me for anything, I give it.
Yeah, I
but
was
like
also 10
lunch money every
years- I was
day,
also 10
I wouldn't
years
do
old.
that.
We've all done
Yep.
dumb shit.
$2.
I remember
$2 a day.
in middle school I took French over Spanish just because a chick I liked was in French, and then she did not like me, and then I was like, great, now I've got to do French for the next 2 years.
Yikes! You get good at French?
No.
Un peu.
Je m'appelle Irish.
That's all you learned?
Gerby, how's your
Ça
French?
va.
My French is terrible.
Ça va bien.
How's your
Petit.
Creole?
My Creole is also equally terrible.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is unfortunate.
I don't know. Yeah, that was terrible.
Don't do it. Don't
Unfortunate. No, this was fortunate for whoever scammed him, but whatever.
Yeah, they made out very
They made
well.
out like a
very
freaking
well.
bandit.
Very
Are you
well.
serious? If they really are in Ghana, they don't have to scam anybody else for a long time.
For a while, yeah. That's it. It's just love. Okay, this is the other thing I wanted to point out, and this was in the last episode also. Is that I want to drive this point home. Is like, I'm not saying you can't do dating apps and you can't get online and date online. What I'm saying is, the problem is the power dynamic is all on the woman's side because she has to select you, and so it creates a very egotistical mindset for the lady because she has options. She don't have to pay attention to you unless you're willing to do the utmost.
He never met this person. There's no guarantee it's a lady.
And so all I'm saying is, Kingz out there, I'm
no
telling
guarantee
you,
it's a person.
get out there and meet somebody physically.
I don't think a robot would be
You
that.
see a girl,
A group of people.
Oh,
see a young lady, you like her, approach her, say something to her because she'll appreciate it way more than this scammer or whatever situation dating. It's just not. This is not something you need to do. I'm not saying don't ever date online, but I prefer that you don't.
I'm not saying don't ever date online. Just don't ever date online. That's what
Right.
Gerby's saying.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. It's just not a good situation for you. You're gonna lose.
I've gotten a lot of pussy from online apps, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but you met up. You made that a point. You met up. You had to.
Well,
you had
that's
to
the
meet up
key,
to get
yeah.
But the
pussy.
quality of the ladies wasn't always.
And how
great.
much money did you send them?
None.
Okay.
Oh, it's pretty decent enough.
Yes, to have sex. Yes, if that's the goal. Yes, if that's the goal, then if it's just purely for sex, Kingz, go ahead, knock yourself out. But if you're looking for something long term, something more stable, I suggest you just walk up to a girl either at school, not at work, unless it's after work. That's okay.
Yeah, they like to keep their lives, professional.
Separate.
They're
Yeah,
pretty
separate.
professional.
Yeah, keep it off.
Respect that.
Keep it off, and then just approach them in the street, in the club, whatever you at. Just approach them. It's better to just do that than to do the other thing. I don't like online dating for a lot of reasons, and then again, catfish and things like that too. Which this guy was definitely catfished out of $300,000. All right, moving on to our next item. Something a little bit lighter, on a funner note, I hope. Go ahead, play it.
Oh, this?
Yeah, this is interesting. Let's see if you guys agree or
Here
don't.
we fucking go
I already
again. Twitter
disagree.
want to come at me for having a fucking opinion. I'm so tired of y'all, deadass. I'm so fucking tired of y'all. But let me just say it. One, can't really respect the OnlyFans girls.
profile
I really
is
can't. Don't knock their hustle. I'm not
Yo,
knocking
pause
their
that next time
hustle.
you
Do
turn
what
his head sideways.
you gotta do. But I don't need to respect it. I feel
Right there. Dude.
That's a strong nose on a woman.
Dude, that's a side profile, man. Like if you took a shot like this and then like faded it out, I'm sure you could still tell who it was.
This looks like
You know what I'm saying?
You know what she looks like? She looks like Image 2 in the pieces of the transformation for an Animorph.
I love Animorphs. That was mine.
She's starting her Animorph.
Yo, I'm like,
that's panel 1.
Dude,
She's got 3
man.
panels away from being a fucking ostrich or something. I don't know.
Dude, man.
A pelican.
Okay. She looks like she looks like the if you were to take the guy from Ask Jeeves and like turn him into a like, bro, she looks like a sideways.
Jeeves?
Yeah.
Jeeves. This is Jeeves.
Bro, that's Jeeves or his daughter.
Or his wife.
Did he marry his cousin? Like the hell?
so much ways to make money, and y'all really just want to fuck in front of strangers or fuck for strangers to watch y'all for money. That's really where you came down to. That's really rock bottom. That's really rock bottom. Like honestly, if I'm out here fucking for money, fucking on camera so that people can see me and make money, I have hit rock bottom.
Yo, pause this. No, she just doesn't know how to fucking monetize.
Yeah,
she don't, because the people they probably fucking, they had these people pay them up front, right? And then they go put that shit online, right? And they go make more money on that shit. She don't know business.
Yeah,
this bitch don't know business, and she mad.
I won't.
She mad because she don't know how to make money like that. She don't know how to monetize like these people know how to monetize. If you want to sell pussy, this the way to sell some pussy. You sold it done 1,000 times when you only had like. How many people don't pay for your pussy right there?
That's crazy.
That's money, bro. If I had one person pay for dick, I won. But imagine millions of people pay for some dick.
Even
the one dick I handed out dick once, and millions of people pay for some dick. Fuck that. Thousands of people pay for some dick.
50 cents each from them.
Bro,
That's money.
You see what I'm saying?
That's money,
bro.
I could never hit rock bottom because before I would ever hit rock bottom,
you'd be selling some dick.
I'll turn that goddamn camera around at my bed over there and jerk off on gay porn sites. Don't give a fuck.
Facts.
Pay me. I will make money that way.
Facts.
And then I will laugh as I
Facts.
eat well and have a roof over my head.
Facts. Then you can call me gay every day. Facts.
Go for it. Fair
Go
enough.
for it, bro.
I actually do agree with that.
Yeah, man. Why the hell? Like, why not? The hell?
Account, just know my life is trash, all right? And then people want to hit me with they're just really confident. Bitch, I'm really confident. You're not going to see me fucking making OnlyFans because I'm confident.
She's definitely very confident. She has her face on camera. She is confident.
Let's not make it personal.
No. One ugly person to another, bro. I know ugly when I see it. I'm ugly, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not out here winning no pretty contest. So, like, can I accept my people? Can I accept my people?
Let's continue.
Can I accept my people?
With confidence in OnlyFans. None. All right? And then people want to, what else y'all want to come at me with, bro? They just come, so you fuck for free?
Wait, hold up. Is she in the passenger seat and someone else is driving while she's just making
her
this video?
hate is so epic.
I would love if she was just in the backseat of an Uber.
Maybe?
She's just in an Uber.
I thought she was in a
Pause. I'm glad you already had it paused, but pause. So this is the reason I feel like some women are afraid to show if they are sexual or not because they got other women like this judging them for it. Like that you ain't gotta you literally had to type in OnlyFans to be disoffended. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to go on there, do your homework to get disoffended. That means you've been to the site. You don't have to know this knowledge, but you do. Yeah. So like, nah, she has me all types of fucked up, bro. All types of fucked up.
We're almost done.
That's not normal? That's what threw me. That's what fucking threw me. When I got that tweet. So you fucking for free, LOL. Yeah. Oh, why, yes, I am. Guess what? Because I kind of dig the people that I be fucking, and I'm not gonna
Good for you.
By the way, you gotta put a $500 deposit before you fuck me. No, because I'm not a prostitute. Like,
why you mad?
Listen, the point I'm making is y'all need to love yourselves more. I swear to God. I love myself. I'm confident. That's why I'm doing it, bitch. No, you don't. That shit, you're gonna just feel empty inside. And you girls considering it, if y'all hit rock bottom, please find another way. And if that's really your only way, then go ahead, do it, I guess. But I know it's not gonna give you that good feeling. Money is not all it's cracked. I mean, don't get me wrong. Money nice. But that shit don't fill that hole. That shit don't fill the void. And y'all really selling yourselves short. Beautiful ass females resorting to this. Bro,
nah, she's supposedly driving, bro. Look at her right arm. She's driving.
Y'all just finding an easy way out, making money by selling your bodies, bro. Have more respect. And this is me not even bashing women. It's me trying to fucking help some women. Have more respect for yourself. Love yourself. Y'all beautiful. Be better.
Yeah, I disagree with her.
Kingz. Now, I absolutely disagree with her.
I believe
for this main
live
reason.
your life, dog.
For this main reason, done women need ways to be able to make money. Because this is the thing that I always find.
See,
women who have intelligence, right?
Yes
who
to that,
college,
but that's not the only reason.
No, I have other reasons.
Yeah,
but this is the first reason of many reasons. But
yes to that. I don't like that. That's not a good reason, but it is a reason.
Because smart women, like, because I remember having this conversation about Cardi B, and Cardi B is a this, Cardi B is a that, and Cardi B is a that. But Cardi B is very successful.
Yes.
And the thing is, you need a society to allow women who are not the smartest of the smart to be able to succeed.
Yo, but let's not say that. I don't like the way she talks, but like Cardi B is nobody's idiot. Like,
No, she's an idiot.
She's not
very
stupid.
dumb.
She's not. She has some impulses.
You think she's smart?
That
You think she's a smart girl?
Cardi B is an awful person. It doesn't even matter her intelligence. She's an awful fucking person. She's done shit that if men did it, you know.
I think she does shit that men do all the time. I think she does shit that men do all the time.
Exactly.
Fair enough. But like, yeah.
How is that fair?
It would have lended.
How is that fair?
It's not
cool-
fair.
cool,
It's
but
not fair.
People are
It's not
coming out
fair.
and saying good for her when she does that.
Oh
stuff.
no,
You know what I mean?
I was not one of the ones saying
because
that.
there's a double standard.
Exactly,
Yes.
double standard.
I was
Exactly.
like when that shit came out about her like robbing people in their room. I was like,
date raping. Guys,
I was like, oh, okay, so they're gonna be Bill Cosby here. Nothing happened. I was like, all right, so I guess America isn't playing fair, you know? I'm like,
right.
But like, I'm black. I'm used to that. I'm sorry. I'm like, this is nothing new.
Yeah.
What unfairness? No justice?
No, like I'm looking at this more like, wait, a colored person won?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus Christ! I'm like, well, how does this even happen? Like, that's the way I'm even looking at it.
But in response to this video, the only thing I want to say,
really just say
is
colored.
that personally, let me think, first of all I would want to say is if I was, dating a girl and I found out she was doing cam stuff, I wouldn't be into it. I wouldn't.
That's fair.
I think it's gross.
Now, question.
But here's the thing. That's just for me.
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
Clarify what do you mean by not into it? Like you wouldn't be into it.
I wouldn't want to date a girl who was.
Okay, you would find her then
I
unattractive.
would not want to date a girl who's.
You
Selling,
would find the prospect of dating her unattractive.
I would not want to date a girl who's selling her body in any way. Just like I wouldn't want to date a girl who's sleeping with other dudes.
Well,
not for money.
Depends. Am I getting a
know?
cut of that money? Is that going into the like?
Yeah,
the-
is she
I don't
helping
know.
our situation
Yeah.
out?
No. Yeah, it's a funny joke, but no.
I mean,
no,
I'm not joking.
No, some of these girls on OnlyFans, they got men, and like they are helping their
Right,
situation
right.
out.
That's not the life that I want to live.
It is.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I was just questioning.
Okay, so apart from that, for her to say, none of you have self-respect, none of you,
Which is
have
yeah.
high self-esteem. That's
Bullshit.
wrong.
Yeah.
You can't make blatant statements about that. Sure, there are girls who are strippers there are cam girls who do not have respect for themselves. Well,
it's like you can generalize, but that's just an incorrect general. Like that
Yeah,
doesn't.
it's
that's
very incorrect.
I've seen strippers who
doesn't make
clearly
sense.
don't have respect for themselves, and I've seen strippers who have complete respect for
Yes,
themselves
yes.
and love what they're doing.
Women
and
are
they
very
feel
empowered now to
by
be
it. They feel
sexual, so
empowered by it.
it's not as
different.
shame- it's
different
not as
from
shameful
person to
as it used
person.
to be, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's fine.
Don't- The only thing I would the question I want because she said that she has sex for free, right? I wanted to ask you, is it actually ever for free?
No, because I'm sure they have to take her out on dates. I'm sure they have to buy her dinner. I'm sure they have to do all that other shit that constitutes paying. Like a guy in his head is not judging these differences. He's like, I'm putting out.
It's
money.
never for free.
It's because pussy's like up front is like so important to us. Like typically, then it's like
We'll put the most thing. Yeah.
It's like I don't know, man. It's like how would you feel if a chick came to you? It's like, hey, listen, like with other chicks, yeah, you got to take me out to dinner and drinks. Like, what if I say fuck that? You just give me that money directly that you spend to take me out on dinner and drinks, and then we just go right to fucking and like we can do the other stuff, the relationship, but like why not?
I would respect that.
Yeah.
I would
Most
respect
guys would. They'd be like, wow.
But in
you
terms
really
of
just cut out
you
all
are
the
my
bullshit.
girlfriend, like that that goes away. Right. Because that means you're very comfortable without knowing me to put it to lay your
So
ideas
that's a
that
weird way
So
to
that
put
means
it,
you do
right?
that to other
So
men.
so basically what you're saying is, at least in this country, right? You can either spend money on if this is the type of girl, because not everyone's this way.
Well, it's
but-
not just money; it's time
Okay,
too.
but
You're spending time.
But here's the thing. So
it's not for free.
The option A is you spend a bunch of money on food and drinks for this girl,
Right.
And then because you did that, she's like, okay, now I'll have sex with this guy because he did this.
Don't do that, Kingz. That's
Option
not the
B,
way.
you skip the drinks and the dinner, and you just give her the money you would have spent on drinks and dinner, and she has sex. That's illegal. Both of them are technically prostitution.
Technically, that's the point.
That's the point. That's the whole point.
That's the point I'm making.
That's the whole point.
That's what's so
Paying for it
crazy.
one
about
way
it.
or the other.
Right.
Yep.
And so it's like, why don't we just cut out the bullshit? Because I'm not stimulating the economy when I'm
Yeah,
trying
let
to
me
get
just give
pussy.
you $200 up front. So
Like,
that way
I'm
we can
sorry,
talk
if there's
to
a guy out there,
That's what it is. That's what it is. The government wants a cut of it. That's
Right,
why.
right, right.
That's why they want you do it.
If there's a guy out there, right now,
Sometimes you're helping local businesses.
if there's a guy out there right now going out to dinner,
her local business.
if there's a guy out there right now going out to dinner and the woman pays for the dinner and he gets sex afterward, I want to meet this individual.
Oh, that's happened to me.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I met one.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's happened to you too?
Yeah.
y'all are gods, bro. Y'all
No,
are-
it's
I've
not.
been, I've
I mean,
been,
it's
I've been treated.
or reverse prostitutes. I don't know.
I've been-
I'm a gigolo. I'm a gigolo.
You're
Literally.
a reverse prostitute.
I'm a
Like I don't
gigolo.
know. Like
I'm absolutely
my
a gigolo.
buddy
I don't
Mike.
even know. Like
No, that's happened. Yeah, that's happened.
Some people just like fun.
In my case, with that situation, she just didn't want me to pay. She was like, "No, let's not go."
Were you
with
dating this
conventional norms? No, we just.
Hey,
Wow,
some-
okay.
Some women feel like it's empowering to pay.
Yeah,
and I understand
right,
that.
I found that.
No,
I don't wanna
I-
be the only
that
person who
would be
pays.
that'd
No.
be hard as hell. You
I
know?
didn't fight either.
It's like
Absolutely.
wait. It's like wait. You paid and you want to fuck. So wait, you actually want to
Right.
fuck. You don't
No.
feel like you're repaying me.
Yeah.
Like that's a turn.
I can-
Are
I
you
can say-
crazy?
I
Pay.
Like, what?
I was more willing to pay, but she was like, "No,
Yeah.
let me."
I can
do
say
it.
this
Like
right
once they
now.
offer, I'm usually like,
Yeah,
nah, I'll
alright.
pay.
Yeah,
Like
right,
the
right.
fact that they offered is usually more than enough for me.
No, I
Like,
can say,
right,
you know, the girl that I'm with right now, multiple times, you know, very early on in a relationship, she would
Pay.
say, okay, at a certain point, you need to put your credit card away and you need to let me pay. Because, and, you know, honestly, what it is for her, she's like, I don't want you assuming I can't pay for my
well,
own
I would
shit.
say with that one, that's
You
a
know?
little different because you did have plans on dating her. You were like working up to like relationship, right? At that point.
True, I guess.
So that's a little different. Like I'm talking like you take it like you don't know where this is gonna go the first night. You go
Oh, I
out,
see what
you
you're
know what I'm
saying.
saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I don't want to say frivolous sex. You just don't know where it's gonna go. But like she pays and then like it's like wow. And like I feel like if she paid that night, would you judge her any different if she paid and give you sex?
No, I'd be
No,
like,
I
this
thought
is
it was
great.
great.
No, I know.
I was rock hard.
No, I know, but you said before that if like you paid and then like the girl gave you sex, now she's out the window. You know what I'm saying? You're not thinking. Of
Oh
her
no,
sex.
no. That's
No,
not what
no,
his scenario. His scenario, she was like, no, instead of going out and taking me out.
Okay,
This
so
is how much it costs
fair,
for this
fair, fair.
vagina.
So in the other
That's-
situation, she's cool.
Right. In the other situation, I was more than fine with it. I was like, nah. It's the
No,
first date.
if you
let me
paid
pay.
on the first date and she gave you sex, would you still respect her the same
Of
way?
course.
She'd still be girlfriend material.
Right, but just because I paid
So,
for a
so
date,
he's the
doesn't mean-
government. He's the government. He has
Yeah.
the same opinions as the government.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're the government, bro.
Yes.
Gerby's the man. He's been a black
So-
man the whole time.
But what I'm saying, just because I paid doesn't mean I was expecting anything from the girl either.
No, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? That's one thing you gotta pay attention to, Kings. Just because you spend money on a girl doesn't mean she
You're entitled to
automatically
shit. You ain't entitled to shit.
entitled to anything.
I don't really
yes,
need to say
I
this
agree.
because I've already explained myself enough.
Right.
But it goes. So I guess it goes without saying. But I've never spent money on a girl expecting sex later.
Right.
Nah, like I don't.
I'm
either.
expecting sex regardless what I spend.
Yes.
I don't expect it, but like me, I'm like it'd be really,
This
really
is-
nice.
this is how
like
this
I'm
is-
always
Oh,
on
it
like
would
it'd
be
be
nice. I see what
really,
you're saying.
really
I
nice.
trust it. I
If that's,
trust in
if
the
that's in
game
the
that I
cards,
have
then
in
that's
my
fine.
mind.
Like I want.
Like-
then good.
I-
Like, I'm gonna check
I
a
have a
few times. I'm
three-
like,
But I also
I
have
believe
fun
in myself
dating.
that I'm gonna
I have
get
a
it
3-date
regardless.
rule. I have a 3-date rule. If by like, and usually you gotta be like really fucking like I'm into you to make it 3 dates, but it's usually around 2. After about second date, I bring up, I'm like, okay, so what's going on here? Because I know I want to fuck you. I don't know if you want to fuck me.
Savage.
But I'm not going
Straight
on it.
savage.
I'm not going on any more dates, money, time, my precious time without knowing like what's the deal here.
I'm actually the opposite. I'm fine with that.
so you know, I'm cool with that only because like I'm not
'Cause I'm making
not
a
really
play to
monogamous
get in the
either.
man-
I want to. I want to.
all
I want to
three
know.
dates.
If, I want
It's
to know.
like, cool.
I want to because I don't.
Okay.
I don't want to get
I
6
can
dates
wait.
in and not be getting some pussy and still wondering like what.
Yeah, but
what
two.
is this?
I mean, but 2 days.
Yeah, but is it
But
6
bro, like-
dinner
bro, like,
dates
it-
or is it
I'm not-
three
See,
first dinner? First 3 was
See-
dinner dates,
see,
and then
I
it's just
see-
hanging out.
I see his as a little unreasonable because he's not monogamous either. Why can't she get a little more time, especially when you're getting pussy somewhere else?
I think
It's
if
not
it's
necessarily they need
Oh,
to
yeah,
give
fair
it
point,
up
yeah.
right then and there, but it's like what is your intention? Like,
What's your end
is-
game?
Is sex on the table or is it not? Because if sex is not on the table
so.
at
Is
all,
it 3 dates for discussing sex or
no,
for
by
having it?
2, I want it's the discussion is being had.
wow.
Yeah, you're a little cutthroat.
Yeah, I
You're a little
never
cutthroat.
bring it up.
Especially for being non-monogamous,
if-
you're a little
yeah,
cutthroat.
If
I don't
I'm
bring up sex.
if I'm taking you out, then I find you attractive. I have intentions of fucking you, so I want to know that that's on the table. Because if it's not, that completely changes the dynamic of how I'm going to interact with you and how much time I'm going to give you.
Right, I understand that what you're saying. Like, I'm being sexual the whole entire time that we're dating. So it's not that I don't want to ask, oh, are we gonna do this? It's like the energy I'm creating, the atmosphere
Well, I
I'm
might not.
creating.
I
is
might not
of-
know if I want to be dating them yet, though.
See, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
That
The
part
point
doesn't
is, I'm
matter.
creating a sexual environment between us two, so that I'm inferring or basically suggesting that sex is what I want, but I never come out and actually say that, yes, give me the vagina right now or else.
Which
I'm just brutally
give me that
honest about it.
pussy.
It's
Give me
like-
that poom.
That's Irish right there. Give me that pussy.
It's
It's been 3 dates.
It's how
I need
precious
the
my
poom.
time is. That's why I was willing to let ice skater chick walk. It's like, fuck you. Like, I'm not gonna jump through 40 hoops, take you out on a bunch of different dates and shit for.
No, I mean,
That
like,
situation is a little bit
if-
more
if it's-
complicated,
If it's going
but-
long term like that, then we both paying for dates in that one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
See,
like
'cause
it's not. Like,
this is
we
my
gonna
thing.
play this fair the whole way. We playing this long game. We gonna play it fair the whole way, right down the middle. Like, there's no reason for me to go all.
And it
in. You
depends
don't
on the
wanna-
relationship you have with the girl.
I like frivolous pussy, but I also don't like one night stands are cool, but I would prefer it be like if I'm gonna fuck you, it's like I would probably prefer it be an ongoing.
Yeah, I wanna
thing.
know your
So it's like
name,
my
you
intention
know.
is kind of like what Max's is, where
right.
it's like my time is precious. I'm gonna spend it with this chick. Like they
Right.
better not be like fucking around.
Right.
But it's kind of like that mentality, except a little more savage and with
You see,
multiple
like-
women.
A lot
Because
savage.
because it's also like, well, I'm not gonna take you on 6 dates when I got this other chick
But
that's
it depends
equally
on the
hot
kind of
that
dates.
will give it up in 2, and we also get along well. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just not. I'm not willing to put in that much time.
I think as long as you're enjoying yourself with the girl, the amount of dates don't matter personally, and it depends on what kind of dates. If it's like 3 dinner dates, okay, cool. But then but it's like 4 extra dinner dates. Okay, now I think you're hungry. You're just a hungry person. That's how I'm gonna look at it.
Yeah, but
that becomes
No,
suspicious.
I mean, if she's
But
paying,
if it's
for,
just
if she's
hanging
paying
out,
for some of the dinner
Oh,
dates, then,
right?
like,
Okay,
it's-
yeah. If
it's
that's happening, that's
different,
another
yeah.
difference.
That's why
another
I
thing,
said
right.
that. Like, you're
Right,
gonna
it
have to, we're gonna
depends.
split this up. Then we're
It
gonna
just
split
depends.
this up.
It's gonna be depends.
But
It
it's gonna be
depends.
this long term. We gonna split it up.
Right.
Personally, I think dinner dates in and of themselves are fun. You know,
Right.
just going on any
Right,
sort of
right, right,
or doing anything
Yes.
with another woman. I mean, I think, like I said, for most of my life, I've surrounded myself by women,
Yes.
friends,
Yes.
and
Same.
because
And you do
honestly,
need to take women out because they
Yes.
like
Yes,
and
you
to,
do, of
to
course.
put
They
it-
have to play the
like,
game.
Like,
put
no.
it-
You see, like, first off, like from our perspective, because I grew up with a lot of females around me as well, as you guys said at the beginning. They like activities.
Yes.
Yes.
You know
Women
what I'm
are
saying?
fun.
They like
Women
fun.
are fucking
They
fun.
like
You know what I'm
fun.
saying?
They love.
They like
to have
fun.
fun.
Like,
They
so,
to
like,
have
if
fun.
you can
Right.
keep them busy with shit you enjoy, then do that.
Yeah.
Then you'll be
That's
enjoying
cool.
for
No, but
yourself as well. But like,
in my
Yeah, but not in the
activities.
beginning.
They
Not in
like
the beginning.
No, but
activities.
in my experience,
gotta
just
win
in-
this first.
In general, and you can't generalize. I always say that, and now I'm generalizing. But in my experience, pretty much 9 times out of 10, women are far more fun to hang out with than dudes.
I
disagree.
I will give you a 7 out of 10. I'll give you a 7 out of 10 because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mostly
yeah,
do
yeah.
chill with women. But like, no, I will give you a 7 out of 10.
I'm probably-
like,
and like
you
I-
have to know how to play it.
Like I
to
said,
play
I
it differently.
may be exaggerating,
but when do you
most
laugh
of the time, I
harder?
think I actually prefer to hang
But
out with
when-
women.
I do too, but like when you hang out with
But-
women, you have to leave your masculinity at the
But
door.
when do you laugh?
You really do have to.
harder?
You kind of have to take that off and leave it at the door.
Okay.
When
Not
do you-
necessarily, but yeah,
But
yeah.
when do you laugh harder?
When did? Okay, so you saying? See, I don't. It's your experience. So
Yeah,
I don't want to.
yeah.
I don't want to say. Oh,
No, but go ahead. It's okay.
No, you mansplain to him, goddamn.
Challenge
No,
it.
no, no,
Challenge
no,
it.
no,
Challenge
let's
it. No,
explain.
I wanted to challenge it. I wanted to
Because
challenge
we
it.
spend time. We spend time
Kingsplaining.
a lot since I met you in June.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of good times.
Yeah.
Just laughing and telling jokes and things of that nature. I don't think any woman that you've hung out with can compete with
Courtney,
I don't know who that is.
my girl,
I haven't
Killer
hung out
Courtney.
with-
No,
I
I
haven't hung out
know.
with her.
I call
So
her-
that's
I call-
your perspective
Yo,
also.
she's hilarious, bro. She's
We shall see.
absolutely hilarious.
But like I said, I don't really want to find out because I
Gun to
just
your
disagree.
head, you have to hang out with one. Which one do you hang out with?
Babs.
Who's bad? I don't know who that. You're naming people I don't even know.
No, I know. It's a friend of mine. You didn't, bro. You haven't met any of the girls in my life.
Right,
So, like,
right,
he,
right, right.
he told me to name one. I named her. So Babs knows who I'm talking about. I named her. So like, there is a specific person like Babs. I mean, Courtney, I chill with any God-given day of the week. Violet. There's a list of them. I have a list of. There's a girl named Chi Chi. There are several Chi-Chis actually. Like, bro, I know a bunch of them.
I don't know any women like that I want to hang out with more than the guys I want to hang out with. But once again, that's your experience.
No, like the guys I hang out with, they're like the kids I grew up with on the street. You know what I'm saying? Like we're a very close knit pair of guys. But like after that, like I was interested in women, so I went out and found female friends. You know, why only date women when I can have them for friends? Like be surrounded with them at all times. If I truly like women, why not surround myself with them? And that's what I did.
Yeah, I mean,
I enjoy their company.
But
I
that's
can't
the thing.
stand
But
being
that's the
around
thing.
too
Now
much
these
person.
friends, you're not fucking any of these friends, right?
But who cares?
Most of them I'm not. No.
And,
Yeah, but who cares?
and they're as good of friends to you as your boys are. So it's like, that's reasonable.
Yeah, no, they're absolutely hilarious to hang out with. If I bring up a sexual conversation, they hang with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not.
Well, and that's
pull
what I'm
out,
saying.
pull out,
They
you know,
they
like-
make it enough worthwhile where it's like,
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, it's not like
a lot of times they
most
don't
of
do
them
that for
I
me.
am also sexually attracted to, but like you can drop that shit and be a human being. You know what I'm saying? Like they know never to present me with the option like you want to fuck. Like I'd be like, hell yes. Like why didn't you offer this sooner? But at the same time, you can leave that shit down and just enjoy the person. That's always an option.
No girl's that fun, but
I disagree.
that's fine.
I
in
wholly
my experience.
disagree. No,
I've
I know.
I've
You
never
know
met-
we are on different ends of the
Yeah,
spectrum.
we're different ends of the spectrum. I haven't found a lady like that. Like my girlfriend is part of the reason why she's so interesting is because we have sexual relations. But
Your
it's
best
not
friend?
because
Your best friend, you enjoy her company. She's a
no.
female. She has a
She's my best.
vagina.
Well, I've known her for over a
Okay,
decade.
that still doesn't excuse
But she's
the fact
not
that
more
she's a
fun.
female.
But she's not more fun than any of my male friends.
How does she qualify?
Not
best
even
friend, then?
close. Not even close. I have two best friends.
Okay.
She's not more fun than my male best friend, and she's not more fun than any of my regular friends or just friends.
I don't know.
We have a lot of history, so we talk, we reminisce, and she's funny. She's hella funny, but she's not more fun than any of my friends. Not even close.
I don't know. I truly enjoy their company.
No, that's
Their
cool.
ambiance
That's
is
cool.
bliss.
I mean, even
That's cool.
even
women,
like
women are fun, man.
even like the hottest.
I'm not saying women are not fun.
Even like the hottest chick I've ever like been
Hotness
with,
has nothing
or
to do with it.
or one I was most in, whatever would be the chick I was most into ever in my life. I still would rather hang out with one of my boys.
If
than-
I'm
than
not
hang
getting
out with
any
her.
vagina, and I have to choose between
even if vagina's on the
friends-
table, but it's like hanging out. It's like
no,
I'm gonna
well,
have a
vagina
better time.
supersedes almost all that.
Fair, but you can always get pussy.
Other than like my best friend's wedding or something like, or his birthday or something like that. Outside of those things, vagina supersedes almost damn
You can
near
come
everything.
late to
and
a
they said,
wedding.
yeah,
But
but
I-
not comedy.
But
No,
I
it doesn't
think a significant portion of my success with women in my history has been because I spent so much time just hanging out with women. Man, it might
Yeah.
be mostly that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It's fair.
for a lot of reasons.
I mean, it's kind of mind blowing to me because
Hey, if other women like you, if you have a bunch of really good friends who are women, and they like you, other women are going to like you too, probably.
That part makes complete
You know?
sense to me. It's just I think maybe you were the one that said earlier. It's really difficult to turn friendship into dating.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's not for you somehow, but
nearly
like
impossible.
more often, like 9 times out of 10, that was even like a big theme on Black Phillip. Like there were so many people that called in and like, I like this girl, we're friends.
how
and
do I
then-
make her into my
and-
girlfriend?
And,
Right.
and the trick is what you do, which is essentially you throw the chessboard in the air, you take a chance, and it's like, well, they're either going to go like, word, I'm into it, no, let's be friends, or oh, this is weird, now we can't be friends anymore. And it's
Yeah.
like you go into it okay with any of those results.
Yeah.
But and that's the thing. So maybe that's not what you just have like enough confidence because that's your game. So like you like
And you've done it before.
because that is like how you like go after chicks. Like you're familiar with it. You have that down. You have that inherent confidence with that method. So you walk into it with that air of like, hey, this is what I'm into. This is like, are you feeling it? If not, like, what's up?
I mean, it's mostly that, and also, like I said before, just practicing the art of perception, just perceiving a situation or perceiving how a person is feeling. I mean, oftentimes it come down to that. You know, how you perceive this person's feelings and how they're responding to you and your actions. And oftentimes, just then, you don't even need to make a move. And you can save yourself, you know, if you're embarrassed about that sort of thing, any sort of embarrassment, any sort of shame, just by perceiving the fact that this person just wants to be friends and just leaving it at that. And there's no harm in that because there's plenty of people in the world.
Yeah. A ridiculous amount of people in the world.
A lot of vaginas.
Way
Yeah.
too many people in the
Lot
world,
of
actually.
vaginas.
Some might
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
And mostly vaginas.
Yes.
Yes,
Which I am
a
happy
little bit.
about. Which I'm
Slightly,
happy about.
slightly,
Yeah.
but
Slightly,
mostly.
but mostly,
Slightly,
yeah.
mostly. Yeah. Let's go on to our final item of the evening. It's gonna be a twofer. We're gonna do a 2-for-1, which is gonna be nice.
Oh shit.
2 for 1.
Yeah, do the Texas man first. Yes.
Clean drinking water, a natural resource we often take for granted near the Great Lakes. But Moses West knows a water crisis is quietly growing.
Pause. His name is Moses. Moses West.
Shut the fuck up.
Yo, look at them
Incredible.
muscles, bro. Look at them
Muscles,
muscles, bro.
muscles, yeah.
Oh my god.
Problem the retired Ranger
I'd
spent
suck
the
10
past
dicks to
4
have that
years-
body tomorrow.
Nah, pause that. Y'all heard what I just heard? He wants to get out this motherfucker.
What he say?
He wants to get out this motherfucker, just like the movie Get Out. He wants to steal this motherfucker body. I'm telling you.
No.
What are you talking about?
No, I
The
don't.
movie Get Out. He wants to take this black man's body.
You're referring.
I just want the same physique. I don't want to literally take.
You hear him? You hear him saying it, right?
I still want to.
He also wants his penis.
He wants to become that black guy.
Not as much as I want to stay white. Trust me.
Okay, there you
It's
go.
still
Honest. I like that.
It's still a net positive in the end for me.
That's fair.
You're honest.
You're winning the game. Why change the rules?
Believed so strongly in that idea. In 2015, West invented an atmospheric water generator, or AWG, a machine that takes in air and turns it into drinking water.
We're at the place now, I think, making 50, 100, 200, 250,000, 1 million gallons of water at an incredibly low energy consumption. I think cheaper than groundwater by far. Cheaper than desalination.
So far, 12 of these
Fuck yeah.
AWGs exist. West planted
Good
them in
shit,
3
That's
areas,
awesome, dude.
including the Bahamas, Puerto Rico, and Flint, Michigan.
No, you can pause it right there. We don't need to see it because it's gonna keep.
There you
over.
go.
That's literally like revolutionary.
That's really big.
life-changing.
Hopefully he doesn't
Especially
get assassinated.
like post-apocalyptic shit. Like if things
Right.
ever end, like knowing that we have that technology
And
that we
exists,
could
right,
create
right.
something.
And the reason why I brought up this guy is this particular guy right here is because I've said this many times in many episodes, and Tom McDonald, who's going to be here later, has put it. You have to become great at something. Something. And this person right here went in ahead and did something. Now, he's obviously tremendously intelligent and things like that, and I bet he had a lot of help and resources and things of that nature to be able to do that. But when you're able to become great at something, you're able to help other people in the process, right? We do comedy. We're trying to get great at it. We're going to bring joy to people's lives. And I know it's corny at the end of the day. I know people don't like to view it like that, but you just want to be the funniest dude you could become. It doesn't really matter. But for me, sometimes I do find it like I know people's lives are hard.
That's why I do it.
Yeah,
I do it for
and
the joy.
I want to be able to bring people joy for momentarily.
So like
bring them joy.
The two I think most like baseline things with me. So like I love to bring joy to people, and that's why I enjoy sex.
Right.
And that's why I enjoy comedy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know like those like. If I can't like if I can't sexually heal you, nobody's offended by laughing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like I'm able to touch everybody and make them feel better in some sort of way. You know,
Right.
like and that's important to me.
Yeah, but you have to work on yourself.
Yeah,
and you have to get out
definitely.
there and work on yourself. This is go back for the incels and maybe guys who don't have a lot of confidence out there will come with these ladies. You have to start working yourself. Yes, be confident. Yes, be emotionally independent. Yes, have a sense of humor. All these things, but ultimately, in the background of all that, you need to be working on something that you could actually be passionate about and love, and then eventually, if you really get good at it, most of the time you're able to help a lot of people in the process of becoming that great person.
Facts.
Is it good? And then, anybody has any other thoughts on this?
No, I agree.
Those are the main
I
two
agree.
things I wanted
Yeah.
to bring up about that. And then also, this is mainly for Karizmatik also, but this is in the same vein.
Oh, the great Mark Ribier.
Yep.
Oh, you were there. I was here. A big booty black girl. Come over now. Big booty baby on that ass one time.
Please let it play, by the way. This is awesome.
This guy's a musical genius.
You got to work that ass for daddy.
Like he makes every part of the beat as it's going like live. That's awesome.
He likes that.
Gotta work that ass for daddy. Gotta work that ass for daddy.
Okay.
Yeah. Gotta work that ass for daddy.
Yeah.
Woo! Gotta work that ass for daddy. Ooh, baby. Hey, oh, baby.
Oh, we get into it. Okay.
Bring that fat ass over here. I wanna get it in my mouth.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, I wanna suck on your fat ass. Gotta suck on that ass, baby. I gotta suck on that ass, yo. I'm talking, yo, I'm gonna spread the ass apart, get my tongue in your ass.
Is this me or this guy's nipples hard? Like, what's going on? Like, he having a good time,
I think
bro.
it's a little nip in that room.
Yeah, I think he's a little nipply in that room, bro. A little nipply.
He's not the only one.
Yo, you gotta do it. Work that ass for daddy.
I think Irish can pull this off.
Work that ass for daddy. Gotta work that ass for daddy. Go ahead, baby girl. Gotta work it real good. Gotta work that ass for daddy. Oh, that's the juice, baby. Yo, I feel the juice in my mouth. Yo, the juice in your ass like Florida orange, baby. Yo, pull free. Hell
Since
no,
when did it have to have juice, bro? I don't know about that. That little different right there.
I see you, you're on top of me. I can't even see the rest of your body. Your ass is fat. Sitting down, baby, on my face.
Yeah.
Your pussy and your ass in the same place. You gotta
do one or the other. You can't do them at the same time, bro. That's a yeast infection, bro.
He has a long tongue,
bro. You can't do them at the same time. You gotta do one and then the other, bro.
Your ass is mine, gonna suck on it. Work that ass for daddy. You gotta work it, baby. Gotta work it good. Love the ass on it. Work that ass for
I'm feeling his vibe, though. I'm feeling his vibe. It's pretty good.
work that ass for daddy.
Hey. Yeah, I should contact him for a remix real quick.
Gotta work that ass for daddy. Work that ass for daddy. You work your ass, baby.
Okay,
Girl,
yes.
work your goddamn.
I need to contact him for a remix real
This
quick.
guy is fantastic. But just like the last guy, it's the same vein here. You gotta become great at something.
Yep.
You don't have to invent things. You could just make music, or you can dance, or you could paint, or you could do something like that, or you could go to school.
Yep. Or you can tell them to work that ass. For
Work
daddy,
that
you know?
ass.
You tell them real well to work that ass with daddy. You
The
know what I'm
ass
saying?
and the pussy at the same.
You got guys. You can't go back and forth on that. You know what I'm
But
saying?
more importantly, I want to point this out in terms of the vibe that this guy has. You got to be yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to be yourself. This is all him. This is just who he is. And at the end of the day, women find that very
alluring.
Yes, because you're just you. You're so confident in what you're doing. But when you get good at something or you become great at something, as you start to become more confident in your abilities to get better at whatever you're working at, it makes you more confident also.
Yeah.
Supremely confident. So I just want to put it out there. I always want to put it out there. I don't know if incels are watching this or not, but if you are, I want to make sure you understand this. You got to work on yourself. You can't sit here and complain about women not being this and not being that and then do nothing about yourself. You have to work on yourself.
You got to work that ass for daddy.
And make sure you love what you do. This guy obviously loves ass. No question.
Love it.
And he loves pulp in the ass too. I thought that was interesting.
He likes some interesting stuff.
Some
in booty.
Is that
Booty,
is that poop?
It'd have to be something like that, diarrhea or some shit. Like, I don't know what he's talking about. Like I'm a big ass aficionado. Don't know booty juice. I don't.
Yes, he's a big 2 girls 1 cup advocate.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's
no.
That's what he's talking about.
He's talking. What are you saying?
That's what he's talking.
That's
about.
what he's talking about.
He says pulp. He wants all the pulp.
Bro, don't ever bring up that video again.
Okay.
Ever.
Are you kidding me? That's the greatest men's empowerment
I
video
will
of all time.
destroy you.
2 girls 1 cup.
We're not gonna watch it, sir. We're just saying it's
2
tremendous.
girls 1 cup is the greatest piece.
It's the most progressive
for pro men.
It took me
footage
weeks
ever.
to get another woman.
ever.
God
ever
bless
again.
those soldiers.
Took me weeks.
You know why?
Weeks.
Because it teaches you a lesson. It teaches you a lesson, guys. This is why you don't have to go on 40 dates with chicks and put up with a bunch of bullshit.
Right.
Okay, because there's chicks out there that will shit in a cup in each
God.
other's mouths for probably a combined $10.
Oh my God, this guy.
There's probably a homeless 18-year-old out there. And you're gonna put up with bullshit. Come on now. Come on now.
The main point of
This motherfucker
is getting better at something. Focus on something. Get better yourself. And trust me, the women will come because as you gain status, that brings women along that wants to come along with you and get on that ride. And then eat your ass and all the pulp out of your ass also. You know, it's just so I wanted to share those 2 things because you could do something fascinating that helps the world, and that helps the world also because he brings joy, happiness, and music and things like that too. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, get great at something.
Yeah, I feel that.
Anybody else have any thoughts?
Yeah, no.
Great. So that's Kingz Podcast. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for joining us and our madness. We love y'all. My name is Guerby.
I'm Irish.
Your boy Karizmatik.
And I'm Max the Serbian Bastard. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks for joining us, Max.
Thank you, Irish.
Hey, 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 hey.
Illuminati's just a state of mind. They corrupted its symbolism to make you blind. They don't want you motivated to take the top. They want you down here as a hopeless slave to the day you die. It's time for your cheat check, nigga. Welcome to the gangbang dungeon. Shit ain't safe. If your chain hang, the jailers gon' snatch it. Even the warden stays straight thuggin'. White boys bloodin'. Black CIA agents corrupted. Flying cocaine planes hustling. Banks stay smuggling funds from the public for the turf war against Arabs with AKs bussin'. Oil fields flooded. Block boys searching for ways out. Rapping the kid day name buzzing. Confederate flag rhetoric terrorizes minds of an awkward white young and KKK loves it. Shit is disgusting. Are you sure this the place you won't be locked up in when your heart's pumping?